up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break. Brought to you by Sand Hills Global. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Hope you had a better drive into work than I did this morning. I told Bill about this disaster, Sip.
You had a disaster fee?
I was a little late today.
Jake was super late.
I was late. I'm going to say about 5:50 today arrival. It's really, really late for me.
It's almost like we're in Iowa.
Capitol Boulevard is a disaster, as we all know. It's like down to 2 total lanes on one side. It's awful. And then this morning, they had cops blocking it off from 52nd and O to 48th. From Capitol from 52nd to 48th. And so
Why is that?
I don't know.
Bank
Some crime.
crime?
I wish I could tell you.
Bank robbery.
I don't know what the problem was,
Bank over there?
It has to be a bank somewhere.
but that was really unfortunate.
Everyone check your accounts. Check your accounts immediately.
I don't know which bank they would
You
be.
don't take it right out of your
protecting
account.
Imagine all of a sudden like, dang it. My flex account's empty. Who got it? A couple guys yesterday morning.
Couple yahoos.
On Capitol Parkway.
Devil Parkway.
Got me.
Notorious crime corridor.
So if you're trying to get to work this morning, right now, I'd avoid at least that area of Capitol Parkway.
How long were you
The
held
police,
up?
I mean, I wasn't held up. I had it just completely messed up the route.
Yeah.
Usually you go right down there. It added 5 minutes to my drive at least. The way I had to go with. Plus people were waiting in the other way to get on traffic. Like, this is great.
Is that by Romo's Pizza?
Ramos Pizza. It was just
Ramos. Yes, Ramos.
It was. I'm saying the police was about at 54th in Capitol all the way to 48th, which 48th would be Ramos area. But I didn't get that far. I didn't see. I had to turn at 54th to get back on 56th, and then go to South Street, and then the rest of the way.
What kind of police presence are we talking about?
There's like 5 police cars spread throughout that area. That area.
Yeah, something's going on.
To 48,
Check your accounts.
blocking the road. So that was just really ideal on the way in this morning.
Once you get into Bush's account,
He'll never know.
just
Take $14 out of his checking. Laura would know. Why is this $14 missing?
Yeah.
She would know.
I did make it on time. That was just a little bit of a chaotic start to the day.
So
but
5:50.
yeah, that was the latest I've been here in probably a couple of years. I would say.
already completed my early morning band workout, my first set. I had to do that. Yes, first set of band because Jake was not here.
You
And Jake does the coffee.
You do like 9,000 reps.
What's that?
Don't you do about 9,000?
3,000 a day. Right now I'm at almost 700.
Well,
yes,
we have some news on why there might have been police presence at that area.
What do we got?
There's two. This kind of serious actually. Two separate incidents. Someone got hit by a car. A person did.
Pedestrian, not good.
53rd and Normal, so right where I was,
Yep.
where the blockade was, and then also there was a stabbing at 46th and Normal. So that
Right by Ramos.
What if they were related? That's the thing you wonder immediately.
I don't know.
If somebody stabs somebody, then run off and get hit by a car. It could be
The same person.
I mean, somebody
don't know
could
if
have
that's the case.
stabbed somebody,
Right. Yeah.
and then ran off and
True.
got
And
hit
they
by
got
a
hit.
car.
It's true. That's.
I mean,
I'm sure we'll have more information on that. But now I understand why there was a police presence there. Thank you, Breakers.
That's
for
quite a
having
There's
me.
bit.
attempted murder. So probably Jake's. Be nice to get to the station.
It was activity.
I didn't know the
activity.
street was blocked off. It's news to me this morning. So
Yeah, hey, if you encounter a 5-minute disruption on your daily commute,
yes,
it's significant.
it is.
Yeah.
I,
You don't prepare for that.
You know,
it would make me late.
it would make you late. It would throw him off my band workout.
right. You'd lose 700 reps.
Yeah.
Throws off your routine because you take a different route. You don't see the
the
same thing. You
routine.
like to see the same things in the morning.
routine.
Had to take a different route today.
I wonder if you should just change it up sometimes.
Probably should get out of the rut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you know that Capitol Parkway, Well,
It's just
I mean,
under
here we go.
complete construction. Right
Idle
now.
chit chat about road construction is almost as mind numbing as idle chit chat about weather, but there's a lot of road construction right
The
now.
whole city's under construction.
27th Street on the
But
north
you're living
side.
on you're on a tough time schedule. We have there's a thing here called winter. It really sets you back. That's why they don't toilet paper in January.
There's toilet paper going on.
Toilet paper that's going on right now.
Going on right now.
Baldwin shop.
Yep, they're doing
So
it.
but you're on a tight time schedule. When you live in Baton Rouge, not tight. No, schedule's good. When we gonna do it
all year round.
What month? All months are available. All months are available.
Yeah. So North 27, just stay off of it. But
And 56th Street in general, going south by Pioneer's horrible at this point.
I think it's 29, right? That I take all the way to Canada. And when you drive to Canada, you're going to have a lot of areas along there that are under construction. Because when you're in North Dakota, it's like, hey, we have about
2 months here.
We got 2 months to get this done. So let's
deal with it.
Yeah, chop. So you just know there's going to be long stretches. But the thing that gets me on the interstate the most is the long stretches where you look over, you're in one lane now all of a sudden, and you're like going, there's nothing being done in that other lane for 4 miles. You don't even see a piece of equipment.
Right.
You don't even
let
see.
alone a human.
Let alone a human. There is nothing getting done. It bothers me. It's like, couldn't we just kind of slide over a little bit and kind of ease this thing up a little bit? I get we're doing work, but it's not happening for another 2.5 miles. But they block it off for a solid 6.
Huh. Yeah.
It's true.
There's probably a reason.
Very annoying.
I just wonder if they're in a meeting, they're going like, okay, we got to do that at mile marker 154 to 156. Where do you want to start? 122, and they all just bust out laughing, just slapping their legs, laughing. Just
I think it's an engineering thing.
Things just kind of laughing so hard. Like, this is so funny. They're gonna be backed up forever.
Take it forever on their
They'll
drive.
never get to Adventureland.
Oh God,
kids will never make it
next year.
Oh, guys. There's just, I mean, that's age-old issues, right? You just got to deal with it.
Yes, it affects my entire drive to work.
Let's see how it plays out.
But
Capitol Parkway is a disaster.
Now,
it has been since I want to say since February or March.
That's been a long time. That's been a long
process.
time.
More, I mean, in the fun range is Jake bowled last night.
Yes.
I did.
Okay, now this was what was the event?
This is the U.S. Women's Open Pro-Am event last night. So the event
Who were
starts
you with?
today. Well, I was with a variety of bowlers. So we had I'm sorry, there's 32 lanes at Sun Valley, which is incredible.
32 lanes.
Huge.
32 lanes.
I think that 27 or 28
really
of them are being occupied. 28 of the 32 are being rolled on by Pro-Am bowlers and pro bowlers.
These were celebrities of the local celebrities.
Not even celebrities, just people that wanted to roll with the different groups.
Who was the biggest celebrity that you
Who'd
saw?
you see that you went like, oh wow?
Oh yeah.
Was Suits there?
Kevin Suits was not there.
Oh.
Our morning radio friend Jack Mitchell was there.
Jack Mitchell, that qualifies as an
we were
luminary.
We were in the same area. He was on lane 7. I was on lane 8.
That qualifies as an luminary.
Yes, he was there.
Okay, give me another luminary.
Bulldog. Derek Bombeck was there.
Yeah, Derek qualifies as an luminary, right?
Yeah, we have a bulldog.
Yeah, we have a bulldog.
He's going slow.
He's moving slow.
Bulldog's not moving very fast.
He's taking his time out.
So Bombi was there. I got a text from Bombeck at one time, said, Jake's not bowling well. How do you think it's going for him?
After that moment, I kicked it in that game to make it respectable. It was trending towards a really bad score, but I figured it out. Derek Bombeck, is a really good bowler. We already know he's a gymnast.
I can see him.
He can do the walking handstand. His scores last night, 174, 202, 228 to close. Bombi's got the spin dialed in.
Yeah. Does he
palm?
Paul.
Yeah. I should have looked closer. Bombi, chime in if you're listening.
Know that, Jake.
Well, I don't watch.
Jake, how'd you not? That's something you noticed right away. Jake, be better.
I should have.
I mean, I'm not being critical.
We didn't ask if everyone. We just asked if Bombeck was.
Bombi brought his own bowling ball and bowling shoes. So he's a real bowler.
He's a real bowler.
He's like Bill back when he's
that suggests he went into the holes. That suggests.
Yeah.
To me,
I think he went in the holes.
Yeah.
I had somebody kind of give me a compliment, but I think it was kind of a shot at the same time as well. There's two of them. Number one, he said, I've never seen somebody roll that well with one of the house balls here. Okay, it's taking a shot at that.
No, that's straight. No, that's compliment.
That's compliment.
That's compliment. That
Well,
doesn't fall.
It's a shot saying, "Well, here's comes a guy just taking the house ball.
No,
Couldn't bring his
no,
own
no,
ball to
no,
to
no,
to
no,
center
no.
the lane."
The house
No,
balls are
no.
there for a reason.
Yeah, house balls are there for.
And I will always use the house ball. I will not buy
Yeah,
a bowling ball. I
you're
will
the
always
reason.
use the house.
Let's
You're
just
the
take
reason.
a quick timeout on that. That was a 5-minute joy that was incredible. Of just like I don't know.
Yeah.
You go to the next ball.
Yep.
No, I don't know.
Color.
Thumb's not right. And then also in Pender Lanes, you knew which balls you used.
Oh, you did?
Oh yeah, because we like if you won enough, all we have we had house balls, so it's like the one with kind of this orange little something to it or whatever, different colors. You knew which one. House balls. Okay, go ahead, Jay.
And
You're
well,
smart. That's why you're a coach.
Also, at one point, I thought the pros were taking a shot at me a little bit because
They were laughing.
So last night it was 9 pin strikes. So if you got 9, if there's one left, you put up a purple. It was a white X for an actual strike, purple for a 9 pin strike. And so there was one of the pros that was about to roll a 300, with a couple 9 pins. So it wasn't an actual 300.
Oh, it wasn't a 300 then.
And so at that point, like, okay, well, let's have one more roll. So they went to a house ball to roll the last one as they, I was like, well, let's see if I can get a strike with the house ball.
Oh.
And guttered it.
Oh.
So I'm like, wow, you weren't looking at me for that, but it felt like it was kind of a shot. Like, oh, here comes Jake who's using the house ball over here.
No, I don't think so. No,
But that person made it very clear. I'm gonna try the house ball out. Like, oh, how bad could this ball be?
And he guttered it.
She did. Yeah,
She
the pro
did. She guttered
she guttered it.
She
and laughed it off. But then one more thing I couldn't tell was a shot or a compliment.
Okay.
Was that somebody on my team said, "You are maybe the best straight ball bowler I've ever seen." As in, I don't see anybody that rolls a straight ball ever get over 80 in a game.
I think I don't.
Is
I
that
think
a
you're being
shot or is that a
sensitive.
compliment?
Yeah.
I think you're being sensitive.
I took it as a compliment.
Yeah.
But later on, when I was going to bed, you think about things. I was like, was that a shot or was that a compliment?
You're thinking about that.
Also, 2 hours later, Elizabeth, wake up. Elizabeth, wake
I
up.
got a
What?
question for you.
Wake up. Is this a shot? Someone said I was the best straight ball thrower, and I don't know if that's a shot or not.
I was thinking about it as I was.
Somebody help me
As I was
out.
going to
That's
bed.
what you were thinking about.
Exactly. 2 hours later.
God, you have a good life.
Yeah.
Text line.
Celebrity.
Was that a shot or a compliment? Because he kept saying, "You are such a great straight ball bowler."
Wow.
You hit the head pin in the pocket every time. No, I don't. Most times, but
So this was the.
Jake came out hot.
and you guys know how I get upset on the golf course with bad shots. Same thing with bowling, and I don't even bowl.
That's where Bombi said
Here-
the meltdown
This
started.
is what I say. I said, if I miss the head pin, I said, "You can't miss the head pin." I yell it.
Yeah,
How do you
yeah.
miss the head pin? Impossible.
The best part is he's doing this. This is the time when being the straight line thrower is funny because now he's getting all upset and they're going like, "Dude, you don't even
You
bowl.
suck.
You don't even
Dude,
bowl.
he's
You
not
don't-
a bowler.
You don't even. You're not even a bowler.
you don't even curve
what
the
are you
ball,
doing?
clown.
Yeah.
It's a pro-am. I mean,
Bro, yeah, it's like
At one point I looked around.
how do you not hit it farther off the tee box? And you go, well, he's hitting a 6-iron, so that's why he doesn't go that far.
At one point I looked around, and I think I was, of the 10 lanes I could see, the only straight ball thrower. Like the only
Yeah.
one. Everyone's
That's
throwing
why
the
the
curve.
compliments came showering
even
down.
the pro, even the amateurs are throwing curves. I'm like, I'm not even gonna try, because if I do, I'll probably break my wrist somehow or end up in a different lane.
Bill, do you know how to do throw a curve?
Not really. Shin Daddy does really good.
I want to see
Yeah.
that.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
It's not like I haven't
I
tried.
saw you tried the curve back at bowling league back. in
Yeah,
the day.
it didn't really work though.
You had some curve.
It had some action.
Yeah, you had some.
Well, action.
Bombi's really it's really nice.
That was the big difference because obviously when you're like first start bowling, when we had the situation at Pender Lanes, everyone's throwing a straight ball.
Yeah.
And then you would turn on like on Sunday. It came out Sunday morning about 10:30 in the morning. That's when there'd be the pro bowlers would come on, and you watch it and you go, what is this? What is going on? And that ball would be a quarter inch from the gutter.
Yeah.
And just come whipping in.
It just
and it
That's
looks
the idea.
And when he throws
Oh.
it looks so it's amazing.
Yeah.
Jake, did you have one of those wrist things on? Did you have a wrist thing on?
I didn't have a wrist thing on.
I like when they put the wrist thing on.
See the other.
I
and
did
then-
forget. I was going to bring it. I had a certificate saying Jake rolled with professional bowlers. It's in my car, but I was late and I was frazzled, so I
'cause
did
there
not
was
bring it.
there
in.
was police activity.
Any other stars or people? Was there
Yeah,
any breakers?
any other
breakers
luminaries.
there?
Yeah, IQ Crew was there. He was a volunteer. He watched me roll the entire time.
Okay.
I would say I was in terms of anybody, nobody else for celebrities. I don't really think
either.
Hey,
Jake, hold on. IQ Crew, is that an luminary or a breaker?
He's a breaker.
Okay,
he's a breaker. He was a volunteer.
It's not a local rap star. Or
I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any other luminaries there. From what I saw, I took a walk down and back. I didn't see any.
There had to be.
Not that I knew of.
Really?
Might be bowling. People in bowling.
Can't believe Suits wasn't there for this.
I didn't see Kevin Suits. I didn't see him. Didn't see Suits.
Suits might be on vacation.
Might be. Must be. Suits. Check in. Someone from 10-11. Suits on vacation.
There were about 10 cameras there. There was an actual attendance. People were watching this event. If he came to watch,
there were stands set up. There's bleachers.
Now that was mostly for the actual event, which starts today. The U.S. Women's Open begins today.
Mm-hmm.
The Open,
but there was a good amount of people watching the Pro-Am last night.
John Lazito is the proprietor.
I talked to him.
He's the proprietor.
Yes.
And you talked to him. He's a former Nebraska bowler.
We will have John Lazito at some point back on these airwaves soon.
Okay.
Because he is great on the radio. He's done a great job with Sun Valley Lanes. Yes. And he's an luminary.
Yes. He's not coming on right now because of Spotify.
No.
I just didn't know. I was trying to get to the bottom of
Spotify.
Are you concerned?
Every time I see that, I get
every time on Twitter.
Where's Spotify? I get like 10 texts a day. You guys gonna do Spotify again? Can't. Jake ran the music too long.
Yeah, Jake messed that one up. Okay, regarding the spin, old dad has he says, you want to spin? He says, you act like you're going to shake hands when you release the ball from your hand to throw a hook.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Huh.
Okay,
makes sense.
I think it kind of does. Yeah,
I think we could do it if we had a pro with us.
Yeah.
Not really a pro. I need more of a bowling coach.
How about Bombeck?
Bombeck could probably do it.
Oh, I could get Paul Klempa. He wasn't there last night.
How would Klempa not be there?
Klempa and said, where are you at? He was hosting some people for the U.S. Open. He was like, I would take him out to dinner.
Okay.
Sorry, couldn't be there.
That makes sense.
But I hope you come out and watch some bowling the next
I wonder where they went. Like, where would you go?
Klempa, where'd you go to dinner at? Yeah. I'd like to know that. Yeah, what was your choice in town here?
Klempa could hey, Paul Klempa. He's the women's bowling coach in Nebraska. Right. He could teach us. And he probably would.
I wouldn't mind taking a class with him.
I don't know if I classify it as a class.
Yes, that'd be a
but
class.
An Audi.
Yes, I'd like to sign up for it. I'd like to register for the class.
If we're going to ask him to do it, we probably should pay him like it's a class.
Yes. Think Klempa took him to the Applebee's at Gateway Mall?
That's not a bad choice.
Not a bad idea.
I've done that.
I rolled a 161, 174, and 146 last night.
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all. Yeah, not bad at all.
I hadn't bowled in, I don't know, at least a year, maybe 2 years.
That's pretty good, actually.
But I think my first roll today was a strike, though. First roll, strike. I said, okay.
No, Jake, you had two strikes in a row.
Two strikes.
You opened up two strikes in a row.
I forgot.
Yeah. Two strikes in a row. I text right away. I go, perfect game.
Here it comes.
Here it comes.
And I did.
So it was fun. It was a big event.
Big shout out to John Lazito. Big shout out to Sun Valley Lanes, and thanks to Derek Bombeck for the invite. He helped me get out there. He invited.
Is there a concession stand?
Oh yeah, you could get pizza. Sun Valley Lanes has really good food. Like they have always had good food. The remodel, the food is maybe even better than it was.
I think that I know this. So we're trying not to do the bad information thing on this show. I know a couple years ago, Rick Miller was the cook, and we've discussed Rick Miller, 30 plus 300s. Like he's probably up in the 50 range by now, Rick Miller.
So he's bowling and cooking.
Well, I imagine. I mean, now listen, he probably had 20 300s in the year 1996.
It's a pretty good year.
Yeah. So
that's a good number. I'd like to know. I'd like to know someone that's been whatever was on the tour for 20 years. How many 300s would they have? What'd they have?
Miller wasn't on the tour.
No, I know that. I'm saying, what do the stars have?
A lot.
Yeah,
I got to think 100.
Yeah,
seriously.
I'm
serious. So. I would think they're not like the 100 range.
I mean, probably.
Well, it's one of those things. Every time they don't get a strike, they're extremely disappointed.
Yeah, they're shocked.
Extremely. Yep. They're like every time they don't get a strike, it's like it might have cost me the match. Yeah. It might have cost me the match.
then there's the whole discussion that you guys wouldn't understand at all, nor do I, about oil, short oil. What was the oil like? You didn't consider.
Didn't even, no.
See, there's the oil issue. Like how are the lanes oiled up today? And it changes sometimes, and it affects how the ball
spins or grips.
Yes, you were a coach.
Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, I mean that's it. That's what it is.
You know, there's also
exactly what the groove is. You know, there's a groove they find. We don't think about. Jake throws a straight ball. The groove is his groove.
Jake's the only one that used to.
I'm unaffected.
They're not affected. Jake's playing right down the middle.
We're talking about this oil problem. I'm just down the middle.
Grip. Everything's talking about.
Everything's great.
I would like to see the ball like Jake threw. I was hoping it happened. And his thumb would kind of get caught, and he kind of would pop it, so he kind of airmailed it down the deal. So
it never happened.
When you airmail one like that, also you see it laying like that, and the owner,
really embarrassing.
Yeah, it's like, and then the owners are like, "Really? Well, what are we doing?"
You hear this god awful sound.
Yeah, it is awful. So I was hoping that would happen.
Somehow
Jake.
I didn't see that across the entirety of the lanes last night. It was well done,
smooth.
But there's one thing in terms of like details, which is impressive about. They do everything well there at Sun Valley, but
they do.
They were doing the national anthem. It was a recorded anthem, and had the flag in the far northwest corner. But at the very end, when they do the home of the brave at the end, and they had all the pins go down at the same time across the whole place intentionally.
What?
Like a cymbal crash, like when and the home of the, and then all the pins fell down. Like
John Lazito.
Yes, intentionally.
John
Bombeck said that he does every single event for like when the anthem plays there.
Really? John frickin' Lazito.
That's cool.
I'm gonna tell you right now, there's
cool.
no way I would have missed last night if I'd have known they were gonna do that. There's no chance.
I'm surprised you didn't go. Period. No, I guess I'm.
That's hilarious.
That face.
That's hilarious.
Well,
I did. I'd like to have been there. I don't have that that spirit in me because there was gonna be people there.
Yeah, there were people, and they would have come. They would have talked to you too.
And that's what I struggle with.
Why do you make those admissions? I don't have that spirit in me.
It was a fun night.
You got to summon it. You have to summon that spirit. Can I help you?
If I'd have known Suits was going to be there, I would have went.
Yeah, but he wasn't.
Fun night. Suits, where were you?
Back in the day,
I think it was Eagle Raceway last night.
Was it Mel?
I don't know. Someone texted me that Suits was at Eagle Raceway last night.
Ooh,
that guy's incredible.
Tough choices.
Yeah, that's choices.
True.
Yeah.
Sports directors are faced with tough choices every day.
They are.
Where to go?
You went to
Sprint
Eagle.
car.
Eagle Pro-Am. It's probably a tough decision.
It wasn't easy.
He probably laid down at night and wondered about it like you wondered about it.
Make the right call.
I was getting in bed last night and I started to think. Were they making fun of me?
I think they were.
Is that a shot
Seriously.
at my straight ball?
Did you take a shot at me?
Elizabeth,
wake up.
I can't sleep.
I'm going to text Seth. Seth.
I think they made fun
you
of
got
me.
a second?
He's like, are you up? AJ, are you up?
That is Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by 738 Ag. Do you need seeds,
Joey.
chemicals, fertilizer, or someone to run the sprayer for you? 738 Ag runs the whole show. Custom application included by Joey Robinson and the team out in Bertrand. 738ag.com.
I'm going to head out next week to see Joey. I'm heading out to the 738.
Former player. One of your former players.
One of my former players. I'm going to head out to the 738 and meet up with Joey. I want to see the 738. I want to see that we talk about it. We have all these things.
What's the 738?
That's the business. That's the road.
And that's the road they live on.
Okay.
Not the zip
That's
code
also
or the
what things
code.
have drastically changed in the world is maybe it's in the infrastructure or whatever, is that back in the day it was just gravel roads. Now every gravel road is marked. Every gravel road is a road. Never before. There's never a time someone said, well, what road are we on? Well, we're just by the sand road by Thurston, or we were on Yellow Brick Road, or we were on this road, or
I don't know where we are.
All these are sometimes exactly.
Yeah.
I have no idea where
No
we
clue.
are. I have no idea. I need to be in some weird spots. But there's never a time going, we're at the intersection of 738 and 642. Oh, no problem. I know right where you're at. No, that never. I want to know when and they all have signs up. Somebody made a killing cash wise. And they say, hey, listen, we're gonna put we're gonna put a little sign up everywhere. Yeah. And how many are gonna put up? Well, we probably need like 800,000 of them to go up in Nebraska.
Alone.
Yeah. So someone made a lot of money on that.
Doesn't count Iowa.
No.
Or North Dakota. Joey Robinson.
Robinson.
Bill coached him. He was number 19. He was a special teams demon. I can still see him coming off the edge.
I want to run the sprayer. I'm hoping to run
You think
the
he'll
sprayer.
let you do that?
I'd like that.
You think he'll
I'd like
allow
to have him
You
already.
have the shirt on.
I'd already like to have the chemicals
Joey,
loaded.
come on, give me
You
a
look like
shot
you're
here.
ready to work right
All
now.
of a sudden, it's whipping down a bean field like that. And I'm supposed to be in a cornfield. That'd be a bad deal.
Wrong field.
Wrong field. I said
Bill.
left. Left. Bill killed off 24 acres of corn. Firing that baby up.
Front page of the newspaper.
Yeah, big by picture. Local buffoon in an orange shirt ruins 26 acres of corn. Went left, didn't go right.
So you're in the orange-yellow rotation now.
The
Because you were yellow yesterday.
Yes, the rotation is
You're
begun.
orange-yellow.
Yes.
There we go.
Here we go. Summer.
I'm hearing from Brian in terms of why Kevin Suits might have gone to Eagle Raceway.
Okay. Maybe a better choice than
Thank
watching.
you.
There's a couple pros there. Kyle Larson and Casey Kane, NASCAR
What?
drivers, were
Kyle Larson was at
Eagle Raceway, as was Casey Kane.
Kyle
Casey
Larson
Kane.
was in the Indy 500 too.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
okay. That's
So they're out of Eagle.
That probably overtakes Jake Bowling in a pro-am. It might be.
They had a second reporter though at the pro-am
Yeah.
though.
Maybe there was though. We don't know that.
I didn't see anybody.
Kyle Larson, and who was the other one?
Casey Kane.
Okay.
Okay, this makes sense now.
That's pretty amazing. Sweet. I wonder if there's a big crowd out there at Eagle.
I think there was.
Report in somebody.
Yeah, who was out there?
That was Brian.
And if you did, Brian, did you stop at the Casey's in Eagle?
Please. I hope you did.
What about what's the other Jake? No, you might know. Jake will know for sure. Is it Cabredlo's, the truck stop on the one that Heyman doesn't go to?
No,
Heyman likes that one outside of
Cubbies.
Yeah, Cubbies.
Cubbies.
That's the one I go to. Cubbies. They have good chicken.
That's a different exit though. That's
No,
not
that's
the
the Eagle
interstate.
exit. That's where you go to the Eagle race. Oh no, it's not. Oh, it's not. Forget it. Scratch
This
it.
is the same thing you had with me when I was driving all around South Lincoln looking for that restaurant.
I know. That's my bad.
Yeah.
And that was my bad too. I think I was one.
You're about 10 blocks off.
No.
You're like, it's right in front of you. I go, I'm standing right here at the corner. I'm right here. I'm parked at. It's not there. Bonnie goes, yeah, you're right. You're right. That's the wrong intersection.
By the way, thanks to Ethan. Says greens at Jim Egger yesterday. Bean fields today. Bill is a menace. With some sort of,
That's what I was thinking too. He's been in the paper a lot.
Best paper a lot.
Destroyed the greens, destroyed the field.
Took out 2 tee boxes.
He's a menace.
He's a menace.
You guys see what he did at Jim Egger? It's just awful. Bill destroyed the course.
We can't even have our tournament.
We can't return it. But
Course is closed.
just people just walk over because they see me come down the street. They walk the other side. He's in trouble.
He lacks the spirit.
By the way, Eagle Raceway jam-packed. Jam-packed from Johnny Mack at Lincoln. Huge crowd.
Johnny Mack.
Missing
saw
Tooth
Kyle
Greg.
Larson.
Hey, by the way, speaking of loyal breakers,
Yes.
Missing Tooth Greg on vacation in Florida. This is a loyal breaker. He sends in a photo of Kyle Larson with his ride.
Right there.
Look at that. Look at those tires, by the way.
That's sweet.
Okay. Thank you, Greg.
Missing Tooth Greg. Okay, so you decided to vacation in Florida when it's 100 degrees here. I wonder why I wouldn't go in February. Missing Tooth Greg.
It's a sore
Is
subject.
it?
Don't do that. They're having fun in the
Okay.
Clearwater area. The
I bet
Gulf
they
of
are.
Mexico is 89 degrees right now. The water, 89-degree water.
That's nice.
Did Greg take his own thermometer?
I don't know if he did, but he did do tide charts, which I've never done. And he acted like,
It was done every.
what do you mean you don't do tide charts? Like I've never done. I don't know when the high tide's coming, the low tide. It's usually about a foot differential.
Who charged that?
Well, Greg did himself.
Remember the?
Oh, he found it on the internet.
I've never heard of that before.
I had neither. He said, "Yeah, I got
The
my
World
tide
Wide Web.
charts done. I got my tide charts done." And I said, "I've
Has
never.
has any breaker ever done a tide chart besides Missing Tooth?
I've
Greg?
been to a lot of waters, and I've never even considered a tide chart. No, so when you know that when the high tide and low tide is, yeah, he's very well prepared.
Well, what he
It
does.
is 6:29 on
Yes.
June 11th.
Well, quickly before we get to our break, there was some news in Nebraska regarding a in-state player going elsewhere. Nelson Wheeler, 3-star running back, chooses Illinois over Wisconsin, Michigan State, and Kansas yesterday. The Millard South running back. So again, that's the same school as Jet Tamala, who's got many big offers, not from Nebraska. Nelson Wheeler. Was Nebraska ever really after him, Sipple? I don't think that they were.
They never offered him a scholarship. He did come in and did a workout for them. He came in an impromptu workout on the way back from Kansas, I believe. I don't think his offer to Wisconsin was committable from what I've heard. He's the number 75 running back. Now I'm citing 24/7 Sports when I work for On3, which is a suspect. But he's the number 75 running back, 3-star value. He's a value back. I mean, you're not paying a lot of money for Nelson Wheeler.
Right.
And Illinois has a situation at running back where they have a kid from the state of Florida who's visiting Alabama. He's committed to Illinois, but visiting Alabama. I think what you do is you bring in Nelson Wheeler just in case this kid, and they probably have a good feeling that this kid's going to Alabama. So this is your backup plan. So he's going to Illinois and joining. Did you say that kid Von Segern?
I did not say that.
Yeah, he's joining a Miller. He's joining a team at Miller. Well, somebody that was from Millard South named Von Segern, who's an offensive tackle in Illinois' class. So yeah, I don't think Nebraska's really hard after this kid named Brian Bonner, who's the number 7 running back in the country.
You know where he's from?
Yeah, he's from California. I wish I could be a little more.
That's a pretty big area.
He's from the West Coast.
I mean, it's like 900 miles long.
Easy.
No big one.
I think he's from Santa Clarita. I'm going to say Santa Clarita, but I'm not positive. You can look it up. Brian Bonner's the target. He was here last week. I actually saw him. He was here. So that gives you an idea what you're dealing with. It's actually, I'm glad you brought
Valencia.
Valencia might be near Santa Clarita.
Bill, do you know for sure?
I don't even know if there's a Santa Clarita.
I know
It's a Santa Clara.
I know a lot of areas, but that one I don't. Yeah.
I don't know if there's a Clarita or not. But anyway, he's number 7. Wheeler's number 75. I mean, some of it's that. And Bill,
right now he's a favorite to Notre Dame. Brian Bonner.
And the other thing is value. I mean, you get some value. You're not going to pay a lot of money for Nelson Wheeler. I mean,
value picks mean a lot.
You got to have some of them.
Value picks mean a lot.
Yeah, you got to have some.
You have to have some. And you just go back and look at. I tell you, it'd be an interesting study. For the Rudy, could you do some checking on this, Rudy? At that, just buzz through the draft. And just find some running backs that were taken. And I'm talking about ones maybe like in the more 3rd through 7th round. Then find out where they were in high school. You'll find out probably not even the top 75.
Right.
There'll be a running back in there. It's like
no doubt
he was a 2-star or whatever. So those do happen also.
Oh, for sure.
And there's so many running backs that are top 20 that you never hear of. That never make it. That just they end up being the value pick, but they weren't.
Oh, I'm not suggesting Nelson Wheeler's not a good running back. I'm just saying he's not particularly highly ranked. I would. Then Nebraska did get a commitment
from Rex Waterman, a line of offensive tackle from Chandler, Arizona, Hamilton High School down there.
Great school. Over
UCLA, Arizona State, Boise State, and Duke were the main ones after him.
He was one of the 4 offensive linemen who are in Lincoln for their official visits this weekend. That there's another kid that they think they're going to get, or I'd be 98% sure they're going to get him. His name is Ryan Moret. He's from the Miami area, actually. Waterman said something that was appealing to an old man.
Is that you?
Yes. This is very pragmatic, but it's worth. See, when I was reading it, I just thought I need to remember. This is the kind of thing I need to remember. I can't stray from this line of thinking. He says, I definitely love the mindset of running the ball first. This is Rex Waterman. The run is what's going to get you a stable offense in the first place. Passing is a supplement. Oh, those are beautiful words.
So Waterman's speaking for the people.
Yeah, to a certain degree.
Yes.
You need to have a good run game. He says it's essential to every offense. But the first part of that is very well done by the young man. The run is what's going to get you a stable offense. We all want stability in our lives.
Yes.
In football, that you achieve stability in football by running the ball. If you can do that, you have stable Saturdays. You're never too far off. You won't stray too far off. We haven't seen that enough here, Jake.
No, we have not. By the way, Santa Clarita is a city just north of LA.
Is that where he's from?
No, he's from Valencia, but it has 225,000 people, so decent sized.
Clarita.
Santa
Yes,
Clarita.
somebody I was reading about in that world was from Santa Clarita. I'm not convinced it's not Brian Bonner, but we'll figure it out after the break.
So there you go. There's a quick update. Rex Waterman to Nebraska. Nelson Wheeler.
Just random places in California you might be from.
Well, I wonder.
She's from San Diego.
Hold on. Keep the music going for a second. Let's see how Valencia. Let's
quick
do the fun thing.
Valencia to Santa Clarita.
Yeah.
What's your guess?
I have no guess.
Hope it's like 6 hours away. Please.
Why do you hope that?
I like to laugh.
Okay, here we go. Yeah. Just hold on. Keep the music going.
Trouble spelling Valencia?
It's 2 miles.
It's 2 miles?
Oh, so it's the same.
The total driving distance from Valencia, California to Santa Clarita is 2 miles or 3 kilometers.
All right, you got it right then.
I think I might have been right.
I think you nailed it.
I think he's from Santa Clarita.
That's what you do, recruiting.
Yeah.
When we come back, an update on Deion Sanders next, an early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio, video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Be at the 32nd Annual Testicle Festival for some fun, rain or shine. Free entry for military. It's at Round the Bend Steakhouse in Ashland, June 14th from 11 to 10. Take I-80 exit 426, roundthebendsteakhouse.com.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers. Schwizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schwizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schwizo.com. That's schwisow.com.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
This
I'm not on drugs. I'm not drunk.
is Early Break. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You asked the previous segment where Paul Klempa should take his friends for dinner.
Well, there's a thought.
Why wouldn't he just take the drive down to Ashland on
What
Highway
6?
6?
Highway 6?
Highway 6 and go to Ruhlman's. That would be smart if you're Coach
Philman's.
That's
God.
the best place to go. You got filet mignon, New York
rename
strip,
it, Bruce.
ribeye, wood-fired chicken, Chilean sea bass, walleye, the incredible cookie skillet. Why would you want to go anywhere else?
I couldn't imagine going in there and all of a sudden seeing Klumpa and Phil talking together by the bar by the ladder. That would
Paul
be
Klumpa?
Yeah, that'd be an incredible feeling.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, like worlds collide.
Yeah.
Worlds collide once again. I wonder if Klumpa will be at our deal.
It'd
on
be
the
great if he
25th.
was.
Yeah.
I wonder in that world if that's recruiting time.
It probably is. I imagine maybe they bring a recruit out.
Bring the
That'd be
recruits
nice.
out there.
That'd be nice to see. Tell you what, that thing's winding down for us for that event out there that Phil put together.
It's 2 weeks from today. 2 weeks from today is our event at Ruhlman's.
Wait a second.
Phil, text him. What time do you guys open today? I need to know that. There's a chance I'm going to be en route.
Really? Are you
I'm
serious?
En route out to Philman's. Yes.
Really? You might head out there?
Head out there. Yes. I want to know what time they open. I want to know need some details on that, because I'm telling you what, first thing I thought of when I'm going to meet a friend, and he's like, we may just meet halfway in Ashland like that, and right away, like my eyes lit up.
You could stop by from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. or 4 to 10 p.m.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
I
4.
needed those hours.
Between 2 and 4, though, close. Give them 2 hours
Yeah,
up.
give him some time.
11 to 2.
Because you're going to buy that
4 to
bourbon,
10.
right, today, Steve?
I need to. I've been meaning to go out there. I'm glad the spirit you've generated the spirit to go see your friend.
Yes, spirit.
That's
yes.
a step.
That's a step for me. It's a step for me. It's at 4. That gives me a chance. Yes.
Why is it?
That's
Why does
awful.
the time matter?
Well, it's a little late for me.
Also, a reminder at Ruhlman's,
4, yes.
Father's Day brunch, still room for you. Reservations,
Yes.
please call Phil at 402-780-8887, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. this Sunday for Father's Day.
10 to 3. You know what I found out of some of those buffets? Also, the late slot is nice.
Why is that?
Just because sometimes because it goes crazy about 10:45 to about noon 45.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, sometimes things can relax a little bit.
Action subsides.
Subsides a little bit. They'll still be busy. I know that because Phil's going to have it's going to be booked up. But that sometimes don't panic. We got to be there. It's brunch, so we have to be there exactly at 10:30. No, the later time will kind of come in pretty handy for you.
Hey, can I move something into this real quick
Please,
before
yes.
we talk about Dion? There is an idle chit chat thing that this occurred to me the other day because I was thinking about the hotel going up across the street.
The Hampton.
What in this world does it happen more than I think, where people would go into like a Hampton Inn or a Holiday Inn or whatever, someplace that has a breakfast for its customers?
Mhm.
Do people just go into those places and eat breakfast?
It's happened.
Because how would they not know? How would they
It
know that
happens
you're
all the time? Yeah,
Does it?
Yeah, not all the time. Yes, there's people that have done it before.
It would seem like a good idea to,
Yeah.
if you're
That
down on your luck.
That definitely does happen.
Yeah.
I mean, to present yourself as a paying, what would you call it, a customer?
Yeah. I'd suggest they bounce around and don't go to the same place every day.
But it does happen.
I'm sure it does. Absolutely. I did something the other day. This is back to idle
Not
chit
that
chat.
interesting. Yeah, we're fine on that. It's June 11th.
Yeah.
2020.
Bring it on.
At the Cobblestone, I made a waffle. I've never made a waffle at one of those.
Where's the Cobblestone?
Cozad. I was
Oh,
out
yeah, that's
there
right.
for,
The one
for,
in
the, for the
Cozad.
Jared Crick Open. And
You
so I was
made
out
one?
there. I made a waffle. I've never in my life. I always
Yeah,
look
I
at
got
it.
you. Yeah.
I'm like, that's a lot.
Mhm.
That's a big commitment. It's a big commitment to be part of that, and never did it. And all of a sudden, it was like, no one's busy, no one's in line. I go, you know what? I'm gonna get some batter. I'm gonna see what happens here, and I did it.
And
on my
how
own.
was it?
Incredible. Really was very good.
Jake, you don't remember this.
You've never made a waffle at a hotel before?
Never. This
I
is
haven't
the first
either.
time.
Well, no, I've tried it. And
I think I
was a
made about
disaster.
100.
Oh, it looked. Jake, I made
Jake,
100.
you don't remember
my
this?
go-to.
I'm surprised you don't remember this. When we were in Memphis, we were eating breakfast.
Yes.
The kid sat down
Yes.
next to us,
Yes.
and he had waffles, and he said, "I made these. I've been thinking. I was thinking about it all night."
I do remember that. I do remember that.
I love that.
And they were perfect.
They're perfect.
So, how was yours?
It's really good.
Did you make it right?
Yes. And well,
You didn't burn it?
It's got a timer on it, so you have to be a complete, buffoon to screw it up, but it could happen.
Yeah, but the
Thanks.
cheat code is if you take it off with 30 seconds to go, then it's like the perfect crisp. Because sometimes it gets too crispy
Right.
the
I don't
whole
want
way.
it too crisp.
Take it off a little early
Yeah.
on the grid.
I went cheat code. I went by the book.
That can be a disaster because if you mess it up and the batter sticks, then the next person has an ordeal. So you have to make sure you clean it or summon the person who's in charge of the breakfast. There's always somebody in charge.
I think it's the Ramada Inn. It also has it was an old Holidome, which is in Grand Island. We stayed there for the horse races, and they have a pancake machine. And you put the batter in, and they just kind of come
You're
rolling
kidding
in.
me.
There's a pancake machine. Yeah,
Really?
I've
never
had
seen
that.
that.
I have seen that.
Oh,
That's awesome.
They're
Those are cool.
They're really cool.
Those are cool.
I can imagine your house having a pancake machine. Imagine waking up like that every morning.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you'd weigh 240.
Yeah, you would wait.
It'd be a happy 240 though.
Be a happy 240.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've now made a waffle.
I'm proud of you. We have to work on your spirit.
Yes,
We do.
and maybe that'll help me.
Yeah.
That's just, again, I'm doing some things. I'm trying to get better.
Yeah. Smart. Okay, Dion.
Quickly, it appears Deion Sanders is not in the best health right now.
No.
He's getting better. He has an unspecified health issue. He has not attended summer football camp so far.
Right.
For Colorado. His son Deion Sanders Jr. said in a YouTube live stream his dad's feeling well and getting better, but we don't know what he's going through right now. We just know that we have not seen him at all really since the NFL draft in late April when he was with his son Shadur. It's been a very quiet month on the Deion Sanders front for his health.
And Bill, it's not a good time. He's got to deal with his health. I recognize that. And there's never really a great time, but June is packed.
Oh, if you're a head coach itinerary right now, it's packed.
Mhm.
Assistant coaches packed. Head coaches is packed because
Mhm.
you're dealing with a little bit of everything. I got to take care of my team. I got to try to build a new team. I
Mhm.
try to have. Also, I need to sit down and hear about legislation that's going on. I need to understand what's going on with the
Forgot about
House
that. Yeah.
and all the things going on there. So it's full, and to not be there, and
Yeah, that'd be hard.
it's something serious. This isn't just like I had to get my appendix out. No, there's something more to it. So it's scary. So
there's some clues.
Yeah, there's some clues there that, like I said, he said I'm dealing with a lot more than basically when he talked about having his toes amputated,
which was that was horrifying.
He in 2021 he had 2 of his toes amputated, and I don't know what this looks like. The removal of the sides of his left calf. The removal of the sides of his left calf, according to this USA Today article. Asante Samuel.
Yes.
Do you recognize that name?
Former defensive back.
Yes.
He apparently has a podcast like most people in America. And he suggested to Dion that he fast. And Sanders responded by saying, what I'm dealing with right now is at a whole nother level, suggesting that fasting isn't going to do it. Fasting. But anyway, yeah, it is. So what the reason I say this, because it suggests the seriousness of what he's dealing with. We hope he gets better. The stool is behind him.
With football, college football with Coach Prime, way better.
Hundo.
It gives it's
was it fun when they came in here last September?
It was. This place was rocking.
Was it? I mean, was everybody's like going, yeah, this is a joke, not going to work. Man, would they win 9? They win 9 this year.
They won 9.
They won 9 games.
They won 9.
And it wasn't a joke.
And it wasn't a joke. And they had the Heisman Trophy. When Colorado was the worst team in Power 4 or Power 5 at the time, they were dead last. They were horrific.
And what did the stool kind of do before his first year when he was making all the roster moves? Well, not maybe you guys, but I was like, this is a joke.
Yeah.
This is a joke.
I wasn't quite, but no,
Wrong.
he did it, and it had a Heisman Trophy winner.
He did,
and a quarterback that, like you said, we know that he fell in the draft, but it was just odd. But a quarterback, I mean, it's a lot. Colorado, if they would have said 3 years ago before he was there, if they'd have said Colorado's going to go FCS. They're gonna go to the Big Sky. It'd been like, okay, sounds good. You guys good for football?
Probably where they belong.
Probably where they belong. And then next thing you know, it's all of a sudden, Urban Meyer brought up, hey, he said something on Twitter about I need some more restaurants to go to because he'd been in Boulder for 3 straight weeks.
Because money's flowing, right?
Yeah, and just because I mean the excitement that came after one win, after beating TCU. And then they beat Nebraska the next week, and you guys were there for that game. I'm just telling you,
that was great.
Try doing. Here's the deal: try doing it.
I know.
Try doing what he did. Just try taking. Imagine going to a place that was 1-11, and it was a miracle 1 win in the most. I mean, downtrodden play, and also they don't have a fan base. It's not like, oh man, Colorado fans, but they're all in. Nope,
they kind of do now.
They do now, and they've had one before that was
back in the
rabid.
day.
But it still didn't compare to numbers like
in Colorado coming in here last September,
yes,
with Mike McIntyre, wouldn't have done it.
No,
it would have been fun and all of that. Still Colorado, but it wouldn't have been near the sea.
Yeah.
When we come back, mailbag and song of the day next on Early Break in the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards just south of 48th and Holdridge.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions with pay starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio, video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Hey, it's Adam Carricker. Join me this Wednesday, June 11th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. for the Adam Carricker Show live at Suizo Construction to celebrate their ribbon cutting and open house and celebrating 40 years of excellence with a remodeled facility. That's Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Suizo Construction, 3700 South 6th Street.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
Be at the 32nd Annual Testicle Festival for some fun, rain or shine. Free entry for military. It's at Round the Bend Steakhouse in Ashland, June 14th from 11 to 10. Take I-80 exit 426, roundthebendsteakhouse.com.
If you're working in your yard, remember never to place landscaping structures and fences too close to above-ground electrical equipment. It's unsafe and could cost you financially. Visit les.com for a complete fence and landscaping installation guide.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're a big tough you're a big tough guy this morning?
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
He stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket.
Once again, your song of the day from 1981, Kings Road by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. 464-568-51 is bad. 10 is good. Texture rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day. I think it's your time first. You're up this time. Zip first, Steve.
Tom Petty is one of his best songs, Jake. I don't. And you're gonna get a super high score. It's one of his. It's sort of, it's not one of the songs that comes to mind first when you think of Petty, but it's a great one. It's really clean. I mean, Petty's really, you notice that it's really clean.
Simple.
3 chords, I think.
Yeah.
I've heard that. Some people talk about that. His lyrics are beautiful. And by the way, that whole Bob Seger discussion about 28 songs that you knew, I got to 16 in real fast with Petty. I wonder how close you could get to 28 that you would know and borderline be able to sing.
I wouldn't be that high.
Whoa.
Yeah, I wouldn't be that high. But
we might do that Friday. We might do that Friday.
Tom Petty breakdown.
Well, we got to 28 on Seeger real easy, right?
We did.
In a snap, I got to 16. And there's a couple that
just saying
I didn't count that there's a couple that I know that you wouldn't know, and I didn't count them. Like, so I basically got to 20.
That's the whole idea of how you do this.
Anyway,
there's some songs here that nobody knows, but I do. So,
well, there's some borderline ones. With Seeger, they weren't really borderline. Anyway, it's one of my favorite Petty songs. I go 9.6755.
Really high. No, I think you've overinflated a little bit because it's Petty,
no,
and you're such a Petty fan, which I'm okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's good. I've heard it, haven't heard it a lot. 7229, solid.
Yeah,
solid
score.
Solid score.
I wondered what you would do. And you're right. You don't hear.
You don't hear it very much. Probably. Yeah. I wouldn't turn it off though. Would never turn it off. I think Rudy's going to somewhat like it. 6-7.
7-1, pretty close, Bill. Pretty close.
I'm getting
good job, Rudy.
Getting dialed into Rudy now.
Song of the day. It gets some ratings here before we get to the mailbag. Let's go to YouTube first. Troy 8.2, Chris 8.7, Genghis 9.9.
Whoa.
Casey solid 8.43, Albert 9, Robert 9.2, Bolt 9.44.
Wow, Bolt
Phil
likes
Ruhlman 8.5 from Ruhlman Steakhouse.
Wait, Phil.
He's rating the song of the day.
Phil just chimed in.
I like that. To the text line, Sandmaster and Casey 8.4, Guilt Nerd 3.1, meh on Kings Road.
It's okay.
Kings Road.
Okay.
Ryan in California 7.1, Lyle in Omaha 9. Jennifer 5, hubby 4.9. Seems a little low for the house. That's an 81 song.
Yeah, that's right. In the wheelhouse.
Mike and Dalton 5. Hook Levis 6.
Big score for Bird.
I think he's gone 7 and 6 back-to-back days. It's a little bit weird for Bird. After the hangover on Monday, we didn't wake up to do song of the
Bird
day.
wasn't here, so we asked about it. He said he was too hungover.
He did. He confirmed
too hungover.
He did say that.
He was too hungover. He couldn't imagine. Not enough energy to text in. That's something. Not enough energy to text
Too
in.
tired to
That's
text.
hungover.
Yeah.
Corey and Lincoln 6. So him and Bird are both a 6 today. Gavin and Pender 7.7.
Okay, Gavin, solid.
Scooter and Roke has been about 1 or 2 recently. 9.1 from Scooter.
Wow, this one hit. This one hit.
And one hit. The OG CJ 4.5. Sandy in Beaver Crossing says one of the most underrated Petty songs, 8.1.
Yeah, we're in the same boat there.
Your song of the day was, once again, Kings Road by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers from 1981. It's time for the mailbag. Let's fire it
the
up.
bag.
The 3 words you don't want to hear when it comes to IT are what, Bill?
I've been hacked.
Oh.
Don't get hacked. And call our friends at Applied Connective Technologies. Free consultation at appliedconnective.com in all 93 counties of the state. 99% retention rate. They manage all things IT and cybersecurity. It's a one-stop shop. Why would you go elsewhere?
I don't know. I honestly don't.
Jake, can I talk about something with this incredible company? Jake, hit breaking news.
Okay. Hang on.
A lot going on.
Hang on.
You're in the cockpit.
It's okay.
That was not prepared for that.
Well, I threw it at you.
Yeah.
That's kind of the fun thing about breaking news, though, Jake. You're not going to.
Go ahead, Bill. What's breaking news?
What do we got?
Well, this happens probably once every 6 years, but Will has informed me there is a position open in Norfolk.
Whoa.
This is something that, again, not several positions, one. There's one position has come open in Norfolk that for Applied Connect. So they're taking applications for the one position in Norfolk. This is like, it's almost like you've been assigned to it. I mean, it's like you have to go through a process, but generally it's like, they probably have, I don't know, 400 or 500 people stop in, monthly. Can I get in on this? They're like, I would love to, but house, we're full up like that. Now this is the one time because of, why they did, Jake, they're enlarging. Why are they enlarging?
Expanding.
Yeah. Every single county, 99.9% retention rate. So now in Norfolk, if you have the dream of living in Norfolk, if you're in Norfolk, if that's been going through your mind, I could live in Norfolk.
It's a good city.
Yeah.
I like Norfolk.
Yeah.
People dream of living there. But anyway, that is big news.
Big news from them. So Will has let us know that
there's a job opening with Applied Connect in Norfolk.
In the Norfolk office. There's one available in the world. But here's your chance.
What do you have any idea, like, what, for people that are wondering, what are they looking for exactly?
Well, the website could tell you.
Okay. The website can tell you, and it's some obviously very tech savvy.
Tech savvy.
IT tech savvy. That's what they do.
Experience required?
Yeah,
probably so.
There'll be some experience required. Looking for more of a go-getter, though. I want someone like that. That's who they are, and they're local. That's what they'd like to get. Someone right there. Maybe someone from Battle Creek's available.
I would wonder if Columbus. I mean, Columbus is right up that. It's 45 minutes away.
Right up the corridor. Yeah.
Columbus is sort of like. Oh, I'd compare it to, like San Jose tech wise.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a tech corridor.
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
AppliedConnective.com. There we go. Okay.
All right. Sorry.
Anthony.
Are you finished?
Anthony in the mailbag says this. Good morning, guys. Every July, I help with our church's week-long high school camp. We take the youth to a camp in north central Arkansas that has a large dorm room that can sleep 48 people.
Oh, God.
After about a day of 48 hot and sweaty teenagers living in it, the dorm starts smelling like my high school locker room during football season. Is there a certain smell that instantly takes you back to better times? Anthony and Sebastian.
What a great question.
Great question. Smells.
What a great question.
Yes.
I think what's the smell of late fall? Isn't there a certain smell of late fall?
There's a certain smell to it. Yes, there's a certain smell.
What is that smell?
Like leaves burning or something? I don't know. In Columbus,
that's the smell. Is the burning of leaves? I think that's it.
I just love when they
I love that smell.
I love burn barrels back when we could burn trash. It was incredible. Just the whole house. Leaves burning.
The smell.
I don't think that's
the smell
it.
of early fall was something. I don't know what it was exactly, but what? Come on, that's a great question. Please honor it with an answer, Bill. Like, what smell takes you back?
Well, if I would go, it's kind of like
to better time.
Well, it'd be more like a training room, like in a locker room, like that. You'd smell like there's just a certain smell to some of I'm trying to think the best way to describe when they were taping ankles and things like that.
Okay.
I know what the smell of what it's like to be like. So it's like game prep and you're getting ready to go and you go into and you're usually sometimes you're talking to your players and they're getting taped or something like that. And I can remember those. There's a smell to what the white athletic tape smells like.
Oh God, I know that smell.
There's an odor.
There's a smell to that. And it's always be that this links me to sports.
Yeah, I know that smell.
Like that. And then for the most part, that's generally was more of a game day situation. But I can remember that smell. So that takes me back. But when it comes I talked to a guy yesterday. I stopped at the Pump and Pantry in New York. I was on a little bit of a road trip yesterday. I stop in there. I'm talking to the guy, and I go, "How many do you eat a day?" And right next to him is that they make fresh cinnamon rolls. I go, "How many do you eat?" He goes, "Oh man, it's not good, but I do the best I can." He said, and he goes. Then right there they have a Quiznos inside the building, so he gets cinnamon roll smells and fresh bread smells from Quiznos.
Oh,
he said, he goes, it's like a smell buffet.
Yeah.
He says, it's unbelievable.
Does that take you back to better times? What takes you back to better times?
Jake, what do you have?
I got the Sunrise Bakery donut smell from Beatrice.
Oh, that's
you
a good
walk
one.
in that place. I mean, you can still go there right now, the same smell, but it's when you smell it, it takes you back to middle school when you had, it's summertime.
That smell.
You go into basketball camp and you go to a donut after camp. It's a pretty good smell. Sunrise Bakery in Beatrice, Nebraska.
I'm probably overthinking this.
It's crazy about the bakery is that they'll have all different, they have the Long Johns, you have your donuts, whatever like that. But the smell of an old school bakery is it's a singular smell. It's a singular smell.
You don't smell different donuts.
No, you don't. It's like,
delightful.
is that a strawberry cream?
Nope.
No, it's just donuts.
God, what takes me back to better times?
Yeah. The burning of leaves.
You said leaves burning in the fall. That takes you back. That was your first smell.
I don't know. I wish I could answer that. It's a good question. We'll maybe double back to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next up, John says, "Good morning, guys. I went on a mini vacation to Chicago. My friends wanted to go to the Willis Tower Sky Deck. It's a glass deck that is on the outside of the building on the 103rd floor. There's nothing between you and certain death except clear glass that you stand on. I did not stand on it. Have any of you been there, and would you go and stand on the glass deck 1,300 feet above a street anywhere?"
Hesitant.
I've not been there. I think I would do one.
You have?
I've not been there. But I think I do one of these, kind of a quick little walk, just a quick little pass through. I'll be right back off. That's not my. I'm kind of with you. Yeah, it'd be a quick little walk. Like, yep, you just. I wouldn't just. Hey, let's just hang out here and have a cocktail. No, it'd be uncomfortable. Be a weird feeling. Nope, not doing that.
I'm apt not to do it. Maybe do it. Yeah. Maybe do what Bill does.
Yeah. I've been there. I sat on it. It was terrifying.
Yeah.
I really
sat down.
I sat down.
Indian style?
I had butterflies in my stomach.
Really?
You look back and down, like, I'm going to die. This is it. And I didn't die.
This is it.
This is it.
This is not my end.
Down.
This is it.
Did you embrace it?
That is it is a terrifying moment. Terrifying.
Okay, no, the answer for the stool is one person did it, Jake. I've never seen that.
It'd be a quick little
I don't know
walk.
if I'll do it again.
If we had to go up there, I would go I wouldn't be the one guy that stayed down. I'm just going to stay down here. I would go. But if someone said, I really don't want to go up there, I'd be like, yeah, me either. Yeah, I'm good.
I've done
It's a lot.
Dangerous things.
A lot of people saying, thank you for bringing up Sunrise Bakery, the best bakery in the world. I'm telling you, get down to Beatrice and Sunrise Bakery. It's still open and it's still awesome.
And
I was there a few months ago.
That takes you back to better times.
Back to middle school.
Oh,
basketball camp.
Yes.
What takes me back to better times? I'm overthinking it. There's probably a lot of things. The smell of fall, whatever that is. What's the smell of fall?
I don't know. I know this. The other thing too is that you can, when you go into it. If you go to watch like a recruit or something play basketball or be in a gym, like that, the smell of a Friday night in a gym. And generally, it's popcorn. That's kind of the smell that hits you right away when you walk into.
That's a good one. That takes me back to better times.
Better times. You walk into a gym, what the smell was like.
I got in trouble at Columbus. Pretty bad trouble because I was
Columbus High.
I was kind of hooked up with a cheerleader who worked the concession stands, and she would slip me money and popcorn.
She was cuffing money from her customers.
We got in trouble.
Yeah.
We got in a fair amount of trouble.
Fair amount.
See that. Last one. We know that Jake hates the Patriots. That's his least, but we know that Bill was a longtime Oilers fan. Sip was a Raiders fan. What was their least favorite teams growing up?
The Chiefs.
Oh, the Steelers.
You despise the Chiefs and the Steelers.
Yeah, because
God, you despise the
because
the
Steelers.
Steelers.
The Oilers. That was their nemesis.
Is that right?
That was their
okay,
nemesis.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I'm not playing Babe in the Woods.
I have great respect for the Steelers now. I still do.
Yeah,
but,
me too.
Yeah, but that was it. Yeah, Three Rivers.
Oh, I hate for a long time. I hated the Chiefs. Like I don't like their uniforms. I hate that mustard color.
Yeah.
Like
it still bothers you.
Yeah, the Chiefs bother me, frankly. I mean, they still bother me a little bit, not as much as they used to. When I was a Raiders fan, like a dyed-in-the-wool, true Raiders fan, I hated the Chiefs with a passion. They made me sick, and I don't like their uniforms. They look small time. They have small time uniforms,
mustard and red.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now they have a tight end who just quit the Super Bowl, which that's a great look, Kelsey. We're just not going to show up today. It's the Super Bowl. Well, okay. Just don't want to show up for work today. Super Bowl's getting old. Maybe you should check out.
Okay, things got really interesting.
Still upset.
We'll have
we saw the
we're
film.
in Chiefs country here too.
Well, I mean, we're just speaking truth.
Just
go to the tape. I mean,
he's not wrong on that.
He took plays off in the Super Bowl. That's all I know about Kelsey. Oh, but he's a Hall of Famer. Well, the Hall of Famer took plays off, so that's.
I think he'll probably be at the game in KC.
Well, I can't wait to see
Nebraska,
him.
Cincinnati.
I'll run up and get his autograph.
Tell him how much you despise him. Jeez. You suck, Kelsey.
Tell me their uniforms don't look small.
I don't like their uniforms.
They look small, tiny.
Not a huge fan of them, but I don't despise them
mustard.
It's bothering him.
Then they wear like mustard colored shoes.
Yeah.
Like they stepped in a vat of mustard.
A vat.
Don't use
Go ahead,
that
keep
word.
Where's the mustard?
That's all I got.
Vat.
We have other.
We're out of time.
Thank
That's
you.
the mailbag. Thank you to
The
everybody
bag.
for chiming in. Thanks to Applied Connective for helping out. And again, Apply Connective. They need
How about apply.
ApplyConnective.com. When we come back, a trip down memory lane, some of the best plays in college football
Wow.
since 2000.
You need to
Next
chime in on this.
on early
Bill.
break. In the
I will.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next opportunity? Nebco is hiring. They're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. They offer competitive wages, great benefits, service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Apply today at nebco.com. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for the Nebco shop. Learn more at nebco.com. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at nebco.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Your number one dad may not need another tie or coffee mug, but he always needs a little more award-winning barbecue from Hog Wild. Give Dad a meal fit for the king of your castle this Father's Day with Hog Wild's hearty, family-pleasing menu. Our meaty ribs, tender beef brisket, pulled pork, and hot links pair perfectly with our home-style sides. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left at once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Attention! Acres is cutting interest rates and offering great deals below market value, the largest selection of used inventory in the nation. For a limited time, Acres is offering interest rates as low as 2.9% on our late model John Deere ag equipment. Acres low interest rates along with our below market prices on select John Deere used planters, tractors, sprayers, and combines makes it a great time to upgrade your equipment for the 2025 season. Visit acres.com for details. That's AKRS.com. Restrictions apply. Offer ends June 30th, 2025. Subject to approved financing. Offer may change at any time without notice.
Need service on your home air conditioner? Call the company Lincoln has counted on since 1952. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. No matter what brand you have, when you need service, you want Bryant's experienced pros working for you. Friendly, NATE certified technicians with the tools, training, and technology to restore your comfort quickly. No matter what brand, when you need service, just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans and I'm not the Titans. So I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Wednesday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Hour 2, as always, sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC. Location South Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane, also at 70th and Pioneers. And I believe you told me, Bill, that Shin Daddy's on vacation.
He's on vacation, so there's nothing going on up there for about next Tuesday. Actually, he's on a week-long vacation. But the cleanup was a lot, from Tropical Tuesday, just to get you got a bunch of dehumidifiers in there today, going pretty hard to get that down and trying to get all the moisture off the windows. So that was a big day for me.
I imagine they had to work all night to clean.
They did. They had 6 macaws in there,
right?
And so there's a lot going on.
Droppings, probably.
Yeah, droppings. I didn't have to get into that, Jake. But I guess, they're not.
Given whole story here.
Yeah, they do. They have to go to the restroom.
They do.
So there were macaws.
Yes, there's a lot going on to get. So things are kind of. They're working on things, getting things cleaned up.
I just imagine the workers are excited to go to work today and not be 90+ degrees in there.
Imagine all
normal
day.
AC.
They had it at 96. 96.
I was probably passed out.
No, it was a lot, and they had to keep hydrated. So Tellers took a shot.
Shindy would never put his workers in peril.
No, he knows that. It's better. Actually, it's good. Most people thought it was really good for their skin.
Yeah.
It was really good at this. Like, this humidity is really good for our skin.
And good for the town.
Yes, good for the town. I came up with something for it might be an interesting note. We talked about the running back situation earlier. So Rudy did some research, and I think there was one out of I think about the last 4 or 5 rounds. There was one running back taken that was ranked in the top 100, like 45th. The other ones were no rankings out of high school.
Who are they? Who give me some names.
Well, I don't have them right now. Rudy has that. But here's the interesting part is right now, who's the running back that people are counting on a huge year for Nebraska?
For the
University of Nebraska.
Emmett
Johnson. He was 85th.
Yeah, he was add-in.
Yeah, 85th.
He was
my point is that that's the one right now that everyone is counting on and feels he's very good, and he was 85th.
And the number 2 was an add-on too, Quentin Ives.
And so my point of it is like when we start thinking like, okay, 70, he's a 75th guy. Well,
it gets to be pretty good.
The 85th guy is now your starting running back in Nebraska.
Yep.
And Nebraska feels very good about it.
Downplaying.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm just educating the masses of sometimes how lists sometimes can get a little bit skewed on where they're. Now it also can go like I said, be the exact opposite, where it's like you have an 85th that's your 1 right now. You can have a bunch just the opposite direction that was 12th that now is like he's not even close, remotely close to being a running back at this level. And he was a highly recruited number That I've seen that more times than not. The thing you have to remember about running back, it's a lot like receiver. Receivers way more. But when you go in like that, the number of running backs are on the board. You can find they're everywhere. Is it try to find a D lineman? Just try that out.
Oh no,
and then try to do that. And it's kind of like that. I was thinking about Nebraska on this one also. We talked about what are they going to be like defensively. Then right away you keep reading this stuff about Ty Robinson just killing it at camp.
Yeah,
hard to replace 6'5", 290.
Oh yeah,
that was extremely athletic. And right now you read
a wrecker.
You read some of the comments by the all pros at the Eagles are like going, this guy is incredible.
He wrecks things.
And so point being, obviously, is just that. Is that those big bodies are so hard to find.
Well, when those guys step to the line of scrimmage, Hutmacher, Robinson, and Butler, that's a good look.
That's a good looking group.
That's what it should look like.
Yeah, it's a good look. What was his number again? Where did Ty go?
Ty went in the third round.
Yeah.
I think it was third round.
Yeah, I think it was third. But anyway, I'm surprised
double check it. But I think it was.
I'm surprised he wasn't higher. I said.
Well,
I
got news for you.
I said it prior to that, before the draft.
Sorry, fourth round. Fourth round.
Fourth round. I felt he should have been much higher, somewhere in the second, because the only reason is you don't find those bodies. And how did the Eagles just win the Super Bowl? Just by a front. That was
two
just
fronts.
Yeah, you just on both sides. I mean, O-line, but their D-line was just a wrecking crew.
Well, and their offensive line, Jake, help me, but I think they might be the best offensive line in the NFL.
They're not.
Eagles?
They're not one. They're two.
Yeah, Lane Johnson, Mailata, Cam Jurgens,
Mass. They do it.
Very good.
They do it up front.
Mass kicks ass. So I'm surprised that someone, because I'm just looking at Ty Robinson from coaching him and watching him. I'm like, just watch his movement skills. And he's 290, 6'5". Those guys, they're not around. Just try finding them. There's not a man around.
He was a fourth rounder, but it should be noted that he only fell to the fourth round. The Eagles were going to take him in the third, and then there's a draft. There was a trade. He was a third rounder essentially. They just nudged him into the fourth round. So you're right. He was essentially drafted in the third round.
Yeah. No, he wasn't. Well, the round's the round. No, stop. And I'm not being. Trust me. I am bragging up that he should have been earlier like that. But the fourth is the fourth. So you don't get to be. Essentially, he was a first rounder that got bumped to the fourth. That's not how it works. Stop. Just shutty.
They were going to take him in the third.
He's a fourth round draft pick.
Yep.
Yeah.
What is going on here? Why is Matt?
Coach Rule's here.
What is Matt Rule?
Come on in. Put the headset on. Here, Sip. Give him yours.
Yeah.
Slide one over.
We got a special guest. This is a surprise here for the stool today. Out of nowhere. We got Matt Rule, head coach of Nebraska, is in the coach.
You can sit for 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Good morning, Coach. How are you? How's the offseason going?
What,
I guess.
Listen, what all season?
You're busy back in June, I guess.
Yeah, June is like Bill. They ruined June, man.
Trust me. We've talked about on the show numerous times, Coach, about the pure torture of June. Matter of fact, we talked about the head coach schedule today. About between your schedule of new legislation going on, your team, new team you're trying to create. That's an overload.
Yeah, we're not going to make you talk because your voice is a little rough.
Yeah, well, we had they did a great job yesterday. We had the camp, She Got Game for all the young ladies.
Oh yes,
and we were able to get high school girls there yesterday. Now we have youth camp today. So today 2 sessions today, and then 2 sessions again next week. So we're getting after it, which is good though.
You're getting coffeed up at the mill.
Yeah, man, I live right here on 10th and O. So I walk over. People don't.
Would you be willing to come on every day? Is there something that you'd be able to do?
Actually, I got a lot of things to say.
If you please, every Friday, at least before a game, Coach, we'd love to have you. It'd be a riot.
That'd be great.
That would be fun. Yeah. People don't know that. Obviously, this is the home in 93.7, the ticket. But this is my favorite coffee shop right here. So
the mill,
unbelievably friendly, and I have dogs. I have 3 big dogs, and we can sit outside and have coffee. So
these are things I didn't know. You have 3 big dogs. What kind of dogs?
I'm a person. I have 2 big dogs and 1 little one. I have a big Presa Canario, like it's a Spanish Mastiff. It looks like a cane corso, Nala, and she comes to the building sometimes, walks around with me. And then I have Roxy, who's a German Shepherd. Then we have little Eddie, who's Jack.
So coaches can have dogs legally.
Yes, I have daughters, dogs. I
okay.
watch TV.
Yeah, it does all kinds of stuff. This is incredible. Drinks coffee.
Wait a second. He'd fit in on the stool very well because we often talk about our dog.
Yeah.
I judge people in the world based. There's dog people and not dog people.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
We have one problem in this room right
We have
now.
a problem.
I don't have a dog.
Jake's the problem.
No, that's not, you don't have to have a dog. I'm saying people who don't like dogs. You better have a great story, like I got bit. Something. Then I'm fine with that.
I got bit once, but
Don't try making stuff
I love
up.
dogs, though. I don't have one.
Jake's
I
making
love
stuff
dogs.
up.
No, I never said I didn't like dogs.
You've never
no,
known
I
you're
love
gonna
Parker.
get one.
I love Poland.
Yeah.
Jake's fine.
He's fine.
No, Jake's fine.
Ridiculous.
He's fine.
I
No,
still
we're
have
not
one.
calling.
So what's the topic today? What are we talking about today?
Oh, we had all kinds of things going on today. But while you're here, the hottest topic going, can you hit it a little bit on just your thoughts and what's going through with Troy Dannon and the settlement? And it sounds like it's a lot, but then there's a lot of gray area with it. Is there anything you could add from someone that we're just sitting out here in a studio? You live it every day.
It's like implementing a whole new tax code, and there's 700 pages, but they've only sent you 100. I don't even know when there's going to be. I think one portal. I don't even know when it's going to be, which obviously affects I think the whole problem is the financial year is July 1st to June 30th, but the season ends in January, and so is the portal in January. You're going to get kids being paid by two different universities in the same year, which it does not happen in the NFL. The NFL, there's a league year, and the financial year starts over. So it's just, and it's because they're trying to do it for all sports. If you think about the NFL, you can carry your money over. So I have a salary cap of $240 million. If I spend $230, I carry 10 over. I have an advantage the next year. That does not exist as of right now in this model. So all the advantages of being a well thought out team are not necessarily there, though there'll be some. So we're just trying to figure out, hey, when's the portal? Because you want to time out your payments with that. So yeah, I mean, right now there's a lot of like hurry up and wait, like wait till they tell us this, wait till they tell us that. But at least it's progress. At least, hopefully, I mean, this year in college sports, there are $17 million basketball rosters. There's basketball rosters that are $17 million. Sometimes people will say something. I'm sure people say things about me, LOL, but they'll say something about Fred. I'm like, well, he doesn't have a $17 million roster, so leave him alone. Like, there's going to be seven. So that what's going to happen is those things are going to shrink if the NIL market value measure comes into effect. So it's going to be really, really interesting over the next couple months. Like June 23rd, we're planning on going on vacation as coaches and getting away a little bit. And I have a feeling I'll be like sitting on the beach with like this huge book, reading like all the new rules because it's my job to know them. Yeah. We're lucky. Troy's one of those guys in college sports who's like an influencer. He's got a lot to say, so he usually knows things ahead of time. So I'm blessed to have him, in front of me to kind of lead the way.
How much does your general manager help in this world?
Oh, it's night and day because, at the end of the day, what's happened now is that players and parents have begun to associate the amount you pay them with the way you think about them. And there's really two different things. Like, I can love and care for you. I can believe that you're a wonderful person. I can believe that you're going to be a great player someday, but there's only so much money. And if you have a good team, you have to kind of pay everybody. So you might feel like you're worth $400,000, but we might have you slotted not because of you, but because of your position, and you're at $140,000. And so that can be very, very emotional. It's like when I go through my contract stuff, I don't have those conversations. I mean, I might have them in it's an agent who does it because Troy or whichever AD I have might have to say like, well, Matt hasn't won this game, he hasn't won that game, and if you said it to my face, I'd get very upset and angry. It's better to have a proxy there. So the GM for me is the proxy in terms of the conversations. Yes. And Pat is brilliant, right? He's been doing this forever. So he's basically, hey, this is the salary cap, 1 year, 5%. He can figure it all out in terms of the value and deal with agents. There's agents now. So it's a whole new ballgame.
This is wonderful.
Is it when you run into, do kids understand that when they talk about the values, coach, of that the left guard's not the same as a pass rusher, and the positions are different?
Yeah, the kids understand.
The kids understand that because you all know in the draft, like, well, I love that everyone's a first rounder. But 80 guys think they're a first round draft pick when we all know that 10 pass rushers are going to go, left tackles, quarterbacks. Do kids understand that now?
Maybe a couple do, but for the most part, I'd say no. Like I'd say every year that I've been a college coach, both head coach and assistant, and Bill, you'd know this better than me. Most kids, I'll say like, hey, coming up to the draft, as they're about to get drafted, hey, they're like, oh, my agent says I'm this. And I've rarely had a guy drafted that where the agent says. It's always later, because you could be worthy of a second round grade. They might say, hey, you're a second round grade, but there might be 50 guys who have that grade, and they can't draft 50 guys in the second round. And so you always end up sliding later. Like, I went out to Ty Robinson's house during the third round of the draft, and hoping he'd get drafted in the third round. And I was actually texting back and forth with Howie Roseman. And I was like, you need to take him here. And they traded out of that pick. I think they probably would have taken. They traded out of that pick. There's so many moving parts. And so, Ty doesn't get drafted that night. He ends up getting drafted the next morning. And it worked out perfectly for him because he's in the best place for him. But you always go a little later than maybe you thought. And I think it's the same thing here. Like, you have all these people in your ear telling you stuff, and you employ them. So they are telling you what you want to hear. I don't know that our guys understand that. A lot of our guys still don't, I tell our guys when the portal opens, you want to make decisions about money, then you better understand money. I get up in front of them, I say, hey, if person A makes $300,000 in Lincoln, Nebraska, and person B makes $200,000 in Lincoln, Nebraska, that's $100,000 difference. And after taxes and take home pay, what's the difference between what they make? And they'll all say $100,000. I'm like, no, it's like a $60,000 difference, because they don't understand the money and taxes and so it's just so many things happening. My job is to try to educate them, but it's hard.
So you are the head coach. You have summer camps. You have
getting
a new tack.
Getting angry text from Ed Foley right now. Where are you?
Okay, one more question.
But technically, you could be late because you are the head coach. So
yeah, but on the youth camp, my first job is to take pictures with it.
Yeah.
I said, no, I take pictures with every.
You
kid.
better get going.
No,
I kind of lost my train of thought. But what I was thinking out loud. You have camps. You have this new tax code to learn. I always forget. Now we were talking on Sunday. I almost forgot. Yeah, you have a team to coach. What's June like? And do you ever have that thought in your head? Is what, I do a lot of things that don't even pertain to my own team in the summer.
Yeah, I make sure. I've always.
Do you know what I'm saying?
100%. No, I think you're exactly. Like, I've seen a lot of coaches who use June purely for recruiting. I will not let us run our camps as an afterthought. To me, a camp, number one, is I'll get to our team in a second, but our camp, I send out this long message to our coaches, like, the way we run our camp is indicative of who we are as a coaching staff.
Yep.
The intentionality, the attention to detail, all those things. And those kids are coming. There'll be some guys that'll be, worthy of playing at Nebraska, and you'll find some diamonds in the rough. Last year, we, at our team camp, Connor Shutt, he ended up walking on from Newman. He's going to be an unbelievable player. He's 4'5".
You got him at Rush in now?
Yeah. We kind of moved him back and forth, and he wanted to stay at Rush. He's 240 pounds. He's going to be 250. He's runs 4'5", can jump 38 inches, explosive. So you find diamonds in the rough. You find guys like that, but there's a lot of kids that will never play for Nebraska. That's their chance to be there. So we take that seriously. We take the official visit seriously. Like, if the parents want to stay out and talk, I'm going to stay out and talk till the last parent's done. With our team, I think a lot of coaches neglect that. I do not want to neglect that. So we do football-based things like 3 times a week, and I trust our coaches. The great thing is I don't feel like I have to be there watching everybody. Like, Dana Holgerson doesn't need Matt Rule watching him to do an elite job. Eck doesn't need that. Certainly Butler doesn't need it. Snow. I mean,
he's veteran guys. Yeah.
Snow's been telling me to leave him alone for 12 years, 13 years. Like, I know what I'm doing. So, but I can still be around what it allows me to do, and having a great strength coach like Corey, I can go down the lifts, and I can be fun Matt. Like I always tell the guys, there's Coach Rule and there's Matt. Mm-hmm. And when a fight breaks out of practice, Coach Rule has to yell, but Matt kind of smiles inside, right? Yeah. Like, there's different sides. I get to be mad a little bit, and I think that's important that they see me. I go sit in the meal rooms. Like today, I'm taking a couple guys golfing. I'm the worst golfer you've ever seen, but I'm taking Bodie Sukup's a scratch golfer, Heinrich's an elite golfer, Riley. They took some of our recruits out this week, and I'll take them out today for a little bit. That's a lot of time, but I think it's an important investment, both into the football of the team, but also just into the relationships that you build in the summer. I think now, especially when guys are getting paid, the relational part is more important than ever, because they need to know that their head coach cares.
One last, I just got to ask, Coach, what's it like? I just got the tail end of the NIL part of it. what do you feel it's like in the locker room? Because there's definitely now there because you've been in the NFL locker rooms. Everyone knows if you're, all of a sudden you're a fourth round pick and you go to the NFL like that. This is what you're going to make, and these guys are making more, and that's just what it is. What do you feel locker rooms are like? Because they're very more NFL-ish now because there actually is people getting paid.
I think the biggest difference is in the NFL, everyone's getting paid, and everyone's getting paid a lot. Just some are more than others. In college, not everyone's getting paid. In fact, very few are getting paid. And then only a few are getting paid significantly. So that can tear locker rooms apart. I think it is everywhere. I think, on our last visit, our players engulfed they were working out Friday morning in the competition. They engulfed the recruits. Hey, we want you to come here. It was so powerful that we had kids say, I've been on all these visits. I've never seen anything like that. So I think we worked very hard to create a special culture that's hey, we all want to eat, but we eat what we kill in this program. And I'll point out to them hey, John Butler makes over $1 million, and his defensive QC makes probably 40,000. And you know what? They both want to make $1 million. And Noah works the same amount of hours, works just as hard, has the same standard of work. If they're both not good enough, I'm going to light them up. They both have everything's the same, except at the end of the day, he makes this and he makes that. It's because of their roles. And so instead of Noah complaining about it, he just has to go through the process and get to there. We try our best. I think we're doing it pretty well, to be quite honest. Every once in a while, you have someone who can't handle it, and they have to go in the portal. You can make a ton of money in the portal, but we had a lot of guys that went into the portal this past year for good reasons that got made a certain amount of money, and then at the end of spring are not making that money anymore. Either got cut or some of the kids that would have gotten cut, but the 105 didn't go through. And so I'm just always warning our players, be careful with fast money, because fast money, So it can definitely ruin the locker room, Bill. I think you have to work at it. You have to be very intentional with it. And, you have to make sure that when you bring a guy in for a high dollar number, he's the right type of person. We don't need a bunch of Ferrari driving, Lamborghini driving guys. We need a bunch of blue collar guys. And I think, when your star players, forget the money, when your star players, the Dillons, the Jacory's, now Emmett's, those guys, when they're good guys, I walk out the girls' camp yesterday, and I got Emmett Johnson out there. I've got Keona Davis out there. Got Dillon's out there. And they posted, I'm sure, Dillon talking to the girls. He doesn't just talk and leave. We don't. So someone said something the other day, Dillon gets paid to go. Dillon does not get paid by anyone to go to these local high schools to talk. Dillon does not get paid to come to camp. Dillon does not get paid to do anything. In fact, when Dillon goes those things, he sees me. He's got me in his ear, ripping him about, hey, why, make sure these guys do this, make sure these guys do that. It's more a cultural thing, and we're lucky to have, I think, that. So I talk along.
Wow, no, that's great. Well, you just wrote a column for me. I needed that. I needed a Sunday column.
You need a Sunday column, and now he's
so
got.
Why do you have McDonald's coffee if the mill's right?
Oh, that's they're not open when we get here.
Okay, you know what?
Thank you, Bill.
I saw you struggling.
I do believe on the road that is the best coffee when you're out recruiting. McDonald's coffee.
There it is.
I do that.
Coach, thanks for the surprise visit.
Hey, thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Matt.
Coffee better be free, by the way.
It's on the house. Hey, put it on us.
It's on us. All right.
Wow, that was
Surprise
nice.
visit from Matt Rule in studio. That was nice.
I bet you wish you had a dog, Jake.
We're sorry.
I got a glare today. I got a very stern glare.
Well, it's time.
I never was opposed to dogs.
No, you're not. I know you're not. You've always been very kind to Bullet and kind to Sugar.
Yeah, right. I love when Sugar visits. I haven't seen Bullet for a long time.
She has been down. Sugar has been in the studio 3 or 4 times.
Bring her back. Have them both come down.
I love when Sugar visits.
Hope you enjoyed that surprise visit from Matt Rule. Bill's Thrills is next. An early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete in Lincoln. With 3 plants across the city, there are plenty of opportunities to start or grow your driving career. They offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Since 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with ready-mixed concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's nebcoinc.com.
You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead, sleep in. You deserve it, and choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK, make flying easy.
Hey, it's Adam Carricker. Join me this Wednesday, June 11th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. for the Adam Carricker Show live at Suizo Construction to celebrate their ribbon cutting and open house and celebrating 40 years of excellence with a remodeled facility. That's Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Suizo Construction, 3700 South 6th Street.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Father's Day is coming soon, and you know what that means. Backyard parties and lots of grilling. You know what's more embarrassing than an overcooked piece of meat? A dirty, disgusting, and grimy grill. Let the pros at Husker Grill Cleaning keep you ready all grilling season. They'll take your grill apart piece by piece, scrub every inch, and reassemble it so your grill can look and perform its best. Visit their website, huskergrillcleaning.com today to schedule your appointment. Husker Grill Cleaning, serving Lincoln, Omaha, Malcolm, and more.
Attention! Acres is cutting interest rates and offering great deals below market value, the largest selection of used inventory in the nation. For a limited time, Acres is offering interest rates as low as 2.9% on our late model John Deere ag equipment. Acres low interest rates, along with our below market prices on select John Deere used planters, tractors, sprayers, and combines, makes it a great time to upgrade your equipment for the 2025 season. Visit acres.com for details. That's AKRS.com. Restrictions apply. Offer ends June 30th, 2025. Subject to approved financing. Offer may change at any time without notice.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
Country music star Rodney Atkins will be performing at the Icebox on Friday, June 20th. Tickets start at $30 and doors open at 7 p.m. The capacity is only 3,000, so don't wait. Buy your tickets at lincolnstars.com today before it sells out.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry. Finance Currency, a Sand Hills global company. They offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. 4.5-day work week, attractive benefits package. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more today.
Well, we talked about the IT corridor between Columbus and Norfolk, and this is the finance corridor. We're in the finance corridor, and it's happening right here in Lincoln.
God,
it's the hub.
A lot of corridors.
This is like being in New York City. It's like Wall Street here, and you're dealing with currency. Incredible companies set up by Sandhills Global. It's a chance for you to be able to apply to be part of this system. That's my pin, Steve. Don't take my pin. To be a part of this. Yes, right there.
Believe you stole
To be a part of this, like I said, and this is also the time when you really want to dive in and reach out to Carson Schott, because he will help you in the interview process. He'll help you in the interview process. When you walk into this thing, first of all, very welcoming. They are not intimidating, but you need to have yourself prepared when you go in for these interviews, because you're going into the highest level of finance and currency in the world, and you have a chance to be part of that. And guess what? Also get every Friday afternoon off. How'd you like that? Or it might be Monday morning off. You
Good
want
place to
might
work.
be Wednesday at noon because also you're playing in a golf league. I take off Wednesday at noon. How would that be?
Nice.
Yeah, it'd be really nice.
Carson doesn't give you the furrowed brow.
No, he doesn't. We'd like an update though, Carson, on if Jim Egger is in the Dormy network. We want to find out.
Is it close?
This is
there conversation
about this at all? Because this will be part of the tournament.
We're having a tournament with the Peeds.
With yes, Tom and Sean Pede will be there.
They've agreed to it.
They'll be.
They don't know this yet.
They don't know this.
We're doing what?
Right now,
they're playing with the stool.
They're playing with the
Jim Egger.
Jim Egger.
Part 3.
Sandhills Global. Thank you.
GoCurrency.com.
So Go Currency, their corridor is like the Lincoln area. Now, the words I was looking for earlier for Columbus, it was
Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley.
Yes, it is.
Have you been there lately?
Between Columbus and Norfolk is Silicon Valley.
Tech sort of corridor.
Yes.
They talk about the Silicon Valley. Soon they'll be talking about Columbus.
And that's what encompasses Albion also.
Yeah.
Yes. So it all ties in together.
GoCurrency.com/careers. It's time for a Wednesday edition of Bill's Thrills. Here we go.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom
Yes.
bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Is this going to be bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent it to you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break.
Bill's Thrills, sponsored by Diner Contracting.
Randy!
You need a remodel? There's one place to call. Diner Contracting. Kitchen, baths, whole house remodels, additions, basement finishes, custom new homes. Call or text Randy at Diner Contracting, 402-417-5204.
The one place that needs to be highlighted with this also, Steve, is he does remodels in your garage.
Does he
And
really?
there's nothing more valuable than a remodel in your garage, because all of a sudden you're like going, hang on, I can make this into just this. This will be like a man cave / better storage. Sometimes things are just laying around on the floor, how to get things organized. You can how to add on to a garage, different things. He can handle your garage world.
He'll do that.
He'll do garage.
He'll do
world.
garages.
Yeah, it does garages. Him and Hayden, they get it done.
Man,
like that. And then guess what? How much money you have on you?
I got 600.
600. I know your dad used to always carry a wad of cash. So you have 600 cash like that. You think you need that when you meet him for lunch or a consultation or come out?
What
to
do
the
you
house?
need?
Nothing. Free. What's it called, Jake?
$3.99.
$3.99. That's what it costs to have him come out to your house, get a plan put together, and for you to feel comfortable with what you're doing with incredible confidence and incredible communication. Thank you.
Diner Contracting. What's our topic today for Bill's Thrills?
Remember, Wednesdays now are things that intrigue me.
Okay, okay.
Things that intrigue me. And
this is Bill's Thrills.
Things that intrigue me.
The flip has been made.
Why am I a fan of sticking it to the man? Why am I a fan of sticking it to the man? Why am I trying to get that one bit of product or something, the bonus for I think is free, and causing mayhem for the last, 30 years of my life? And I've done it every single time.
What are you doing?
When I get my large 44 ounce for my road trip soda, when I get that thing, I fill it so to the full that every time I put the lid on and the straw, immediately, boom, soda pops up through it onto the lid, because I've never finished one of those in my life. When I'm done, there is a solid 12, 14, 20 ounces
a lot of fluid.
I've never drank a 44 ounce.
Why do you do this?
So why do I try to get the extra quarter ounce in the top? And I'm balancing it, and I can barely set it down, and it's level. And I get the lid, and I put it on, and boom, the straw goes in instantly. There's just soda all over the lid.
Do you drink
I
the
do
soda
both.
off?
I drink. Now I don't. Now I just get a napkin
Okay.
and I kind of dry it off a little bit. But what is going on with me? Why do I have to try to get the extra 2 pennies worth of soda that I'm never going to drink anyway? But I have to fill it. I mean, it's level. The ice is above the glass, and I get it on there, and right when you put it on, then all of a sudden you see it just presses down. And you're going like, nope, I'm screwed. And then you get the straw out, boom, and you put it in. Instantly, it's shot out. It's like, what are you doing? Well, I've never drank one in my life. When I get the giant one, it's for that reason. It's never happened in my life. Why do I do it? Why God? Why?
I think it's common human behavior.
I'm trying to stick.
I don't think anything's wrong with
There's that, and I said, remember.
No, wait a second. I want to go back on something. I do think a lot is wrong with you, but I don't.
My mind works very clear right now.
But I don't think this is.
And I
too
also stick it to him in the other way too. Is every time when I fill it, I always do the little look around and go. Little sip off the top, and one little bonus to it. So I get like a free.
You're
drink.
a deviant.
Yeah, and it's like. What are we doing? I don't even use it all. I never have ever.
Why do you look around like a deviant?
Yeah, exactly. Like, do you think the lady at the counter there at USOP really cares that I just took a sip off the top of a Sprite?
What a rebel over there.
Yeah.
I've never seen
hey,
that
old
one
man.
before.
Hey, old
wow,
man.
You're such a bad guy.
What I do, I just tell the person I'm going back to get some more.
just so you know, I'm going for more.
Well, why do I do it?
I don't know why.
I did it yesterday again at Pump and Pantry, and I'm like, what am I doing? Why do I do this? I'm not even going to drink this.
They don't care if
and
you
then
do
when I went
it.
to throw it away, I still had that much left in it. But I do it every time, and it's just like
it's okay. I'm glad you talked through this stuff, though.
I need to get it out.
Yeah,
just had to get out in the open.
We
I knew
had
I
two
couldn't.
things
I knew I
today.
couldn't. What was the other one?
Was you lack the spirit to go to Sun Valley
Like,
Lane to a pro-am.
Pro-am.
The spirit is not in you. It is. You just got to summon it.
And then this.
find it.
And now this deviant behavior we've taken to
At
the
the
airways.
convenience store. Yes. Well, the lids. Anything from the text line.
Personal
Jake?
question off the bat for me is that if you say you always have 12 to 13 ounces left in your drink, why not go to the smaller size?
No, I feel better at the big 44 because I ice it all the
right.
way.
Okay.
I ice it all the way.
All right.
Also, I have an infatuation with styrofoam. I think it's incredible. I mean, it's just like it's incredible.
Why is it incredible?
If we're at some place like that and there's going to be maybe any form of a drink, say we get a margarita, I always ask them, "Can I get it in styrofoam?"
Styrofoam.
It just keeps things way cooler than melting. Yeah, it's just styrofoam is so powerful to me.
That's true.
The power of styrofoam.
We got some response.
Hey, hold on. That could be another bill.
Yes.
Power of styrofoam.
Thomas and Lincoln says, just don't use ice. Get more in the drink. You like the ice,
No,
though.
you like
You're
the ice.
person.
No. That was a bad
Okay.
suggestion.
Yeah,
Thomas.
it's full ice.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Tom.
it's
I mean,
full ice. Yeah.
you can be critical of us, but that was a bad suggestion.
Now we're gonna be critical of
Bill
you.
loves ice.
Yes, I love ice.
Now
I make my own ice. Remember in the winter.
You too.
Yes.
Regarding the the overflow situation, Richie says it's not a problem. He says you always need a taste test when it's that big of a cup. Don't want to get your car and realize there's no syrup in it.
It's true. When you look at it,
So,
you
it's
watch
okay
it.
here.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's okay. I like that.
Is it a?
I don't
is
know.
it nasty to drink it off the top?
Well, at first I always drank it off the top. Now I'm kind of going like, I don't know about this.
Right.
Yeah. So
Me
now,
too,
now I've kind of changed it. Anything else, Jake?
Yes, Casey says, put the straw through the lid before you put the lid on. The problem is solved then with your overflow situation.
I don't know. I fill it so full. I don't know I don't think it would.
Wait a
But
second.
I don't.
Put the straw.
Put through the lid before you put the lid
and I know
on.
what he's saying. I get that part. I don't know if it would help or not, but I'm just wondering why. Why do I try to get the extra 16th ounce when I'm never going to drink it?
Okay, hold on.
Why am I trying to stick it to the man, Steve?
Well,
I like that you're questioning yourself. In this
I'm
bill.
questioning myself as a person.
I think you're being hard on yourself. I do. In this case, I do. I think you're okay. I think it's fairly common.
Things that
behavior.
intrigue me. Anything else, Jake?
Yeah, one more. Bolt says, I always fill it and take 2 big swigs and then fill it to the
Right.
top. So Bolt's like, I get like
Yeah.
a drink and a half here, basically.
Yeah, you always do. Yeah, that's like a. I think everyone at any convenience stores, if at any place that you're at Casey's, they're like going, Just so you guys know, when someone gets a drink, they're going to take a drink, refill, tap, and then go.
Yeah.
I think that the kind of the tap and go. Yeah.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think I just don't think he.
I'm going to say
I
this
don't
right
know.
now. I'm going to change.
You
Today.
are?
I'm
No,
going to
don't change.
I'm going to change.
What are you going to do?
Just don't fill it quite as full.
Okay.
And because don't fill it quite as full.
Stay with the 44 ounce.
Also, when you do the napkin, it takes a little bit of time to get the lid all kind of straightened out again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Bill, the headline one more time, please. There's the flip again.
Why am I a fan of sticking it to the man?
That is a Wild Card Wednesday.
need to be
Things that intrigue me.
psychoanalyzed.
Bill's Thrill, sponsored by Diner Contracting. Thank you.
Randy!
It is time to play the game show. Give us a call
God,
right now.
we're late.
864-5685. Your chance to win a business box of bagels to Bagels and Joe. The record is 1-1 on the week. Today is a Wild Card Wednesday, and we're going back to an old trusty topic. Famous Erics. Famous people named, if you know anyone named Eric, famous people named Eric out there.
It's an old trusty topic.
Well, we've done famous Ryans, famous Robs. We're going to names again. If you know famous Erics, call us at 402-464-5685.
Jake was struggling yesterday.
Shut Up Simple starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Call the Nick Down Sip and Bill in trivia. Our topic is famous Erics today. You guys feel okay about this?
No.
I do.
Don't say any out loud. Don't say any Erics.
No, I feel. I mean, come on. We'll be good.
Okay, we
We're
got
1-1.
We have Tater. Tater, how do you feel about famous Erics today? Uh-oh. Are you there, Eric?
Eric.
Oh, sorry, Tater. Tater, are you
Tater.
there?
Famous Erics.
Okay, all right.
Famous taters.
Not many of those, I don't think. All right, Tater, first question to you. Bill, a lifeline for one question for Sip. Tater, what famous Eric starred as Cam in Modern Family?
Oh. Cam was incredible.
He was
not
great,
famous.
Great
so
character.
good.
Cam.
I don't got it.
Okay.
No guess.
No guess.
Cam Patterson.
What do you say?
I think you said Cam Patterson when his name's Eric something. First name is Eric. Hey,
that should be a negative one.
The actor's first name is Eric. What's his last name? Do you want this one, Sip, or not?
No, I mean he's from Kansas, right?
He's from Kansas City area.
He's from the Kansas City
Kansas
City
I guess
area.
I gave a hint there. That's my bad.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to
We're
guess.
taking it.
We're going
The
to pass.
answer is Eric Stone Street.
No
Or
chance.
Cam.
I don't know that he's famous.
It's a very popular show.
It is.
Yeah. If I saw him,
That's
I know
Cam.
him.
You'd say
Cam.
that-
I said
you'd say
Cam.
Cam.
No chance.
Okay, Eric. Wait a second. Eric Stone Street.
Yes.
0-0
tie. Sip first question. Bill's in play. What famous Eric was the lead vocalist of the Raspberries and eventually went solo with the big hit "Hungry Eyes"?
These are famous people.
Yep.
There's no chance. Hungry Eyes is famous. You're telling me.
I'm telling you.
Could he sell out the bourbon?
Maybe.
Maybe.
You've
maybe
heard
not.
this name before. When I say it, or when Tater says it, you're going to know this name.
I'm going to
His
guess.
first name is Eric. What's his last name?
Is it Wright?
Eric Wright. No. Tater, do you want this one or not?
Are these famous people?
Yeah, I'll take this one. Eric Carmen.
There you go. Eric Carmen.
You did know it? I don't know it.
No, I do know the name Eric
Okay.
Carmen. Okay,
He would not sell out the bourbon.
I don't. These are not particularly famous people.
Famous Eric.
There's no chance. If I was in a group of 100 people, and the guy walked by, there's one person might know who it was, and he wouldn't know his name.
If Eric Carmen walked up here and
I
wanted to
wouldn't know
come
his
in
name.
like
Yeah,
Rule did,
And
we would say, "Who's this guy off the
And then he would say, "Well, I'm Eric Carmen." Then we'd say, "Still." And why would we have you in
Explain
here?
further.
Explain further. I need more.
Hence my contention that
Yes.
these aren't particularly famous
These
people.
are not famous people.
All right.
Just say they're Erics. From now, the game's changed. It's rare.
How about random Eric?
Yes. Right. There's no one famous here
All
at
right.
all.
This is for the win, Tater. Now, okay. Eric Clapton was a part of 3 different bands at any point in the 1960s. Can you name one of the bands he was a part of?
I thought we were doing famous Erics.
He is. I said
Well,
Eric Clapton.
I know, but that isn't supposed to say. The guess is
No, there's different ways you can do the Eric.
This game is so whacked out.
Tater, you got it.
You're lucky that the head coach showed up today to save this show.
The Roosters?
They're not the
No,
Roosters.
I got this. We're in the game.
We're in the game.
What's the score right now?
1-0.
It's now 1-1. Cream.
There we go.
Brilliant.
Nice.
I would have accepted Yardbirds or Blind Faith and Cream today. So there you
I
go.
was thinking Yardbirds.
Because Derek and the Dominoes was 1970.
Ooh.
Yeah.
For the win, and Bill is in play. I think Bill can help you here. I think this is for the win.
Get ready.
What famous Eric has songs "Drink in My Hand," Springsteen, and "Hell of a View"?
I don't.
Church.
I wouldn't have got it. I would not have got that.
How do you not do an Eric Estrada? Chips.
How about Eric Hayden?
Yeah.
He's a famous skater.
Nice try, Tater. Thanks for calling.
Eric Carmen.
Eric Carmen.
Tater.
Text line was Eric Carmen an unfair question here.
Is Eric Carmen famous?
Is
That's
he
the
famous? I
question.
think he is.
No, he's not famous.
Famous somewhere, but not in like the U.S.
Yeah.
Hey, now listen. You got that for me. I did not know that. I would have not
Eric
gotten
Church.
Eric Church.
No,
What
let's-
are those songs again?
Drink in My Hand, Springsteen, and Hell of a View.
He sings a song called Springsteen.
Yes, he does.
Really
One of his-
good.
One of his most famous songs.
Yeah,
is
it's really good.
Springsteen. This is for Bill. Before we get to the break, how old is Eric Clapton? Tiebreaker.
Okay. Get it on the nose.
Slow hand. 74.
Oh.
I missed it by 1.
Nope.
I missed it by 1.
Oh, he's older than that. I'm going to say 84.
He's 80
Really?
on the dot.
That's okay.
Yeah.
80.
I should have been.
But,
better
hey,
than
that's a
that.
win. That's a win. It was, you got Cream and you got Eric Church.
And we're 34 and 29. 34 and
And,
29.
and 2-1 on the week.
Rudy's gotten he's doing a lot of work in there for us
he's
today.
pissed.
Thank you, Rudy.
Keeping Rudy busy. Hour 3 is next. Sean Callahan joining us, Sip.
Sean. We will alert him that
We're late.
Matt Rule came
We
on
will
today.
do that. I'm sure he'll love that. Next, an early break for the ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
People always ask me, hey, Libby, what fuels you? Passion, competition, the pursuit of greatness? None of those things. Raising Cane's is the only fuel I need. Their cooked-to-order chicken fingers always fills my tank, and the crinkle-cut fries and Texas toast are the perfect top-off for the perfect road trip. So when I'm running on fumes, I always refuel at Raising Cane's. But turns out, not everything's fueled by Cane's. Guess the old girl prefers her sauce unleaded. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Western Sand and Gravel is hiring for a variety of positions at their sand and gravel plants near Ashland. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Available positions include plant operators, dredge operators, and shop service technicians. They offer great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, paid holidays, and paid time off. No matter your experience level, on-the-job training is available to help you build a rewarding career with Western Sand and Gravel. Start your career today. Visit westernsand.com.
There are great Mexican restaurants all over town, but there is one that is especially worth the drive from any part of town. Tacos Los Hermanos at 70th and Havelock. Cool off this summer with a delicious horchata or other special drinks, and grab one of their famous taco boxes for a group of friends or coworkers to enjoy, full of birria tacos and many other options. Don't forget their great desserts like tres leches, flan, and cheesecake. Get to Tacos Los Hermanos for lunch or dinner today at 70th and Havelock in Lincoln. Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Be at the 32nd Annual Testicle Festival for live music, hot nuts, and meet Buster the Bull. It's at Round the Bend Steakhouse in Ashland, June 14th from 11 to 10. Take I-80 exit 426, roundthebendsteakhouse.com.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Wake up, Lincoln.
Good morning. Good morning. It's great to stay up late.
It's time for Early Break, presented by NEBCO. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I like Stone.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
And here comes a sandwich from God.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
Hey, somebody grab me a mocha quick, would you?
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 3 on a Wednesday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Third hour sponsored by our friends at NEBCO.
NEBCO!
Now hiring at Ready Mixed Concrete. Apply today at nebcoinc.com. We had a surprise visit in the second hour by Matt
Eric
Rule.
Carmen.
Not Eric Carmen. Matt Rule sat down for about 15 minutes. That was great. Now we're joined by Husker Line Sean Callahan. Sean, good morning. Matt Rule's voice, very raspy from the camp sessions on Friday and Sunday. You were also there. What did you learn what did you take away from this weekend in the camp, Sean?
Did he come in there to get some coffee and then stop in, or what was the deal?
He got some coffee and sat down with us. Sat down for 15 minutes.
Sean, he sat down for 15 minutes.
That's all. Well, that's what makes Coach Rule unique. I mean, you've been around a lot of head coaches, Sip, around Nebraska. There's not a lot of guys that, do things like that and, want the fan. He understands the fans here are passionate. They want to know things. But yeah, back to last week. Yeah, it was, and I think this is the message everywhere in college football. June is just madness for these coaches because they're managing the workouts of their own team, the OTAs, the lifting. They have all these camps, and then the recruiting visitors are on the weekends. So there's maybe a small window to breathe, like on Tuesday or Wednesday, but not much. And then they're getting ready to start back up again now with the recruiting stuff with camps on Friday, and then obviously visitors all weekend again. But I would say last week, they went Sunday camp with everything all the way until the next Sunday where they had a camp with all the visitor weekends and the 7-on-7, everything in between there. It was one of the busier weeks you're going to see in terms of all the things going on over there.
Sean Callahan joins us. Quick question before my main question. Did you know Matt Rule had 3 dogs?
I did not.
I did not. He says he has him with him downtown. His dogs with him downtown. Sometimes I've never seen that, but he's got 3 dogs. He says he's a person. He's a person.
I do know, people have somebody's like, yeah, it was like midnight. And I just saw Matt Rule outside in an alley with his dogs taking him out to the bathroom. And imagine if you were just somebody in Lincoln, and all of a sudden you see Matt Rule in the Haymarket area at midnight with dogs.
Big dogs. Yeah, it's very interesting.
I might throw you for a loop.
Okay, speaking of, I guess
Jake doesn't have a dog.
I don't have. Yeah, I got a shot at that one. I got a glare from Rule on that one.
Sean doesn't have one either.
Don't
so
dislike dogs.
You're fine. Now, here's the thing, Sean. I'm going to ask you about a fellow columnist, Tom Chattel, wrote something yesterday that really caught my eye. Well, I think he wrote it earlier in the week, but I read it yesterday. It caught my attention, and he just had an opinion on this settlement matter and the rev share money. And he said he had no information on this. He just thought that this could be a possibility. That Sean, that Nebraska with that $20.5 million, 75% of it roughly will go to football, right? Right. Okay. What Chattel's, he thinks what could happen is in most of America, the next highest piece of the pie will go to men's basketball. At Nebraska, he thinks the next biggest piece will go to volleyball. Could you see that happening at Nebraska, where they say, okay, we're gonna throw out 75% to football, roughly $15 million, but the next biggest chunk is not going to men's basketball; it's going to volleyball.
No, there's no way, guys. I mean,
really,
men's basketball has to get over $3 million. They're going to get 15%.
Okay.
Like this. I mean, I've heard Rick Neuheisel and other experts speak on this nationally, and the 75% for football, 15% for men's basketball of the 20.5 is kind of the formula, and then 10% for the rest. Mm-hmm. Now it's a matter of what do you do with that 10%? And for volleyball, if they let's just say if they were in the 500,000 to $1 million range, that would be the top of the market. Probably there's not going to be very many schools nationally that do that, so there's no need. I mean, that would just be wild if you paid volleyball more than basketball, because you wouldn't need to, because the market of the NIL.
Okay.
Whatever Nebraska does, though, Troy Dannon has said this on the record when Danny Busboom was hired, that the volleyball program, whatever the standard is for top NIL, we're going to set it. And who is that competition for volleyball? It's probably Texas. I don't know if it's Wisconsin necessarily. I think they'll have NIL, but you'll see some teams like Wisconsin, obviously, in that discussion. Penn State probably in that discussion. But yeah, I think Texas is probably the main competitor. But again, how much of that 20.5 is Texas going to take away from football and basketball? But you have to go football and basketball. Basketball still is the second most revenue-bearing sport. PBA, last time I checked, is ranked 10th to 15th in national attendance for men's basketball, which is pretty remarkable. But yeah, volleyball is going to be up there. I think the better question is what will be the split between women's basketball and volleyball, like in terms of their NIL. Like that's probably the better discussion, because there probably aren't going to be very many schools that would give the volleyball more than women's basketball. But Nebraska would be obviously one of those places where it makes sense. And then what's left over for the rest? Like, what does baseball, wrestling, do any of those sports get a piece of the 20.5, or are they going to have to be more of the true NIL?
Okay, Sean Callahan of On3, Husker Online. Nebraska got a sizable commitment, literally and figuratively, from Rex Waterman, an offensive lineman from Arizona yesterday. Rex Waterman. Okay, now what's in the hopper? This takes the number to 5 for Nebraska's class of 2026. how quickly are we going to add guys now as June goes forward?
Yeah, and really,
you see what I'm
I
saying?
have a hard time saying 5 because Bonwell Whitty, I don't even know if he's really truly a commit.
Okay.
Like he has to come to camp and prove it before he suffered a major knee injury.
Okay.
And so they're going to want to see him. And I don't know if he's going to be at camp this week or next week. So he's not on the official visitor list, so if that adds up. So it's really probably 4. Then obviously Brownell, CJ Brownell is up in the air. But yeah, Hayden Ainsworth, is the offensive lineman out of Mississippi. I'd say that looks really promising. Luke Sorensen, the tight end from the West Coast, he's definitely, I think, in line for Nebraska to get a commit from the weekend.
Okay.
I mean, those are some of the big ones. Obviously, you mentioned Rex Waterman. Cameron Wilson, who's currently committed to Syracuse, is an edge out of Miami. He's the other name from the weekend that we really feel strong about. So they've got a good group of guys that could be coming here in the boat, and they're all, and there's going to be more. I think as the weekend kind of, Ryan Merritt out of Miami, I really think he is somebody that they're in good position. I think it's more a matter of how many more visits now will Ryan Merritt take.
Okay. Can you add some context, Sean, to the news that Nelson Wheeler, the running back from Millard South via Grand Island High, committed yesterday to Illinois? That's always, Nebraska fans, it's going to raise their eyebrows. Please add some context.
Yeah, I mean, he's the 12th ranked prospect in the state on our On3 in-state rankings. Transferred from Grand Island, had a very good year on an 0-9 team at Grand Island, then left and moved for opportunities to get more recognition. It's paid off big time for him. If he's still in Grand Island right now, it's really hard to say what kind of attention he'd be getting in recruiting, if any. So the move to Millard South for him has definitely got his name out there quickly. When healthy, he's a 10-6, 10-7 guy.
That's fast. Yeah.
Or I shouldn't say when healthy. He didn't run track this spring, and I think that might have had to do with him transferring and the eligibility of that. You have to sit out some days. But he's one of the faster athletes in the state. But that said, Nebraska, they've got 2 or 3 guys coming in that are ahead of them, on their recruiting board right now. So they had him come to their camp and they live worked him out. They chose not to offer, and Wisconsin had him on their list for a while, and all his visit to Wisconsin got taken off the board for whatever odd reason. So I think he's a good running back. I don't think he is necessarily your top of the board running back, if that makes sense. I think there's going to be other guys, and for Nebraska, they've got one, Brian Bonner, that was just here this weekend, that they've been all in on, and that's been their focus. And they're only going to probably take one running back in this recruiting class. So it is important. And then Jamal Rule comes in this weekend out of North Carolina, their second, another running back. So they've got their board set, and that's what fans have to understand. They have a third running back coming in on the next weekend after, Desmond Walker. So they've got 3 backs that were scheduled to come in 3 consecutive weekends. So that is their board if you're trying to kind of break down the recruiting and who the guys are.
So my Husker line, Sean Callahan. Sean, former Bama quarterback, current broadcaster Greg McElroy says Nebraska could be a fringe top 10 defense. Not right now, but they're on the fringe of it. But we've seen Ty Robinson tearing it up right now with the Eagles in the offseason. I'm curious, with all the questions on the defensive line, can you put Nebraska in that conversation right now like McElroy did?
I mean, that's a big job. That'd be really, really good for John Butler if he could get that group to that level, because you're losing a lot of production, but what can you get out of what you've added and some of the guys? Like, I think Riley Van Poppel has a chance to be pretty good. And, some of the other guys they're bringing in, and they brought in from the transfer portal, Williams Winery, can they get him up to a high level? I mean, there's a lot there, but I love the back 7. I think they have good linebackers. I think they have a veteran secondary that's healthy now together. And I think a year ago, the secondary, because of the Tommy Hill injury and kind of how that messed with things, they weren't quite as good at times. And now I think they know who they are, who their guys are. And I think that secondary is going to play a lot better. than they did a year ago because they should have some more pieces available, and they won't have to really kind of try to figure out the week-to-week thing that Tommy Hill battled last year where he just wasn't himself for most of the season. So there's a lot to like about the defense. There's no doubt. And early on in the year, they're not going to probably see a ton of elite offenses. I mean, Michigan State and Michigan, good offense. I don't look at them as Ohio State or Penn State.
Hell no.
They're going to see some good good matchups when you kind of look at them. I mean, Lincoln Riley, we know is going to be a tough matchup for him.
Yes.
UCLA with Nico is going to be a tough matchup for him.
Yes.
But early in the year, they've got a good stretch to kind of develop with their identity.
Good point. Sean Callahan joins us from Husker Online. Sean, what's next? What's the next big camp over there on the calendar that people should be aware of?
Well, there's really 3 left. Friday this week, Friday Night Lights. And then the following week is the Thursday night throwdown. It's basically another version of Friday Night Lights. And then they're also going to, on that same Thursday, run the postgraduate camp.
Oh, okay.
And one thing I need to get clarification on with that is if they took a player out of that camp as a 2025 roster addition, would that player be protected as far as not having to count towards a future 105? Because my understanding is all the 2025 guys right now are protected because they signed letters of intent for different rules. So could they add some players? Because initially I was like, man, how are they going to be able to even add guys in these transfer portal camps when, there's going to be roster limits? Well, that's one thing we'll have to figure out because they've gotten some good players from this camp, James Williams and Jalen Gramstad being the 2 most notable.
Sean, the good news on that topic is there really are no rules in college football right now, so they can probably do about whatever they want.
And it comes down to who shows up, and you never know who's going to show up to those camps. Like Jalen Gramstad showed up last year unannounced as the National Player of the Year.
And now he's their number 2 quarterback. Yeah, interesting.
Sean, always good stuff. Thanks for the time. We will chat with you again next week.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Husker Online, Sean Callahan.
Sean does not have a dog either. So you and Sean don't have dogs.
So that's
have you attacked him on that one, or not?
Yeah.
We're not attacking.
Tell you what's interesting on the breakup of the money.
Yes. What do you think about that?
Well, here's a way to look at it also.
Okay.
Villanova, their money's all going to basketball. How does that change when you have that? So their money, they have a FCS football. So FCS football is going to get, they're going to get like that 10%. They're probably going to take the 15 million or whatever it's going to be is all going to basketball.
That's the whole Big East. The whole
Big East. So imagine.
So market advantage.
A huge advantage.
Right.
What are you going to do at UConn? They play Division I independent football.
I don't know. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
And then they play football.
Yep.
But you really think that football for UConn is going to get the 75%?
No
chance.
No, that's what Chattel also raised in his column, which was very interesting. There's not just UConn. There's other schools that might go 10 million football, 10 million basketball. So those basketball programs have a huge advantage over Nebraska, right?
It won't be all the same.
Absolutely.
Imagine sitting there going like, okay, if I'm the Purdue head coach, I'm like, basketball, really? That's what we're doing? We're doing 15
to football?
To football? That's what we're doing?
Matt Painter's they probably won't do that, right?
So it's just interesting conversation.
What do you do at Purdue, Bill? If you're the AD, what do you do?
It's tough.
It's hard decisions. But the other thing too is that if you listen to all of the commissioners, they say one thing: lean in on football. Everybody, lean in on football.
Why is that?
That's where the money's at. That's still where the money's at. Don't let it fool you.
So if you're the Purdue AD, I wonder what you do there.
So you're there, and then all of a sudden
you're going to be the number 1 team in the country, maybe in basketball.
Yeah, they've been to the finals. They've been in the final. They've been close to a national championship.
So do you give Purdue?
And then you're
70. Do you give Purdue football 75%?
Can Purdue win a national championship in basketball? Yes or no? Yes,
absolutely.
Can they win one in football?
I don't think
it'd take a miracle. I mean, you're talking like triple miracle. This is.
I hate doing that, but I think you're right.
But it's true,
right?
It really is. It's like, okay, that is true.
Yeah.
And then you have things. St. John's basketball.
They can win it all.
They can win it all, and they're getting all the money.
Yep. Football.
They're getting all the money.
See, this is
that's
where
the Big East wins. The Big East is way up.
You talk about how someone can get someone being like Fred in a pickle. All of a sudden, you want to beat. Okay, hey, listen, play Seton Hall and make sure you're better than them.
Nope.
But Seton Hall gets
all the money.
They can spend all their money. Now they have to spend the money now.
This is where
that is tough.
This is where
It's
I
another
have
article for Sunday.
Right. This is where in my evaluation. This is where in my evaluation of Fred, I have to calm down. Fred's at a marked disadvantage. He is against teams in his own conference, like Purdue.
What's Indiana do?
Same.
They're a basketball school.
I think they are.
But
they just
went to the playoffs in football.
What do you do?
So all of a sudden, imagine that conversation too, and you find out if you're Purdue going or Indiana basketball, they're going, hey, we want to be really good, right? Well, Purdue's putting all their money into basketball, and we're not. But coach, to the AD, you want me to beat Purdue, right? You want me to beat them every year, every time we play. Yeah,
huge rivalry.
Beat them, huge rivalry. You got
hot.
You got to beat them hot. You want to go to a cool game? Go to a basketball game between Indiana and Purdue.
So what's his name? The new coach at Indiana?
For basketball?
Google me?
Basketball.
Forgot Darren DeVries.
Darren DeVries. So Darren DeVries absolutely needs to go to his AD and say, I need to be on par with Purdue money-wise if you want me to beat him.
You want me to beat him? How do you
It's only fair.
At least on par. Not maybe exact dollar for dollar, but on par. I'm in the conversation.
Wow, these are interesting conversations.
The other
Because
one-
it doesn't have to be 15.
No.
It doesn't have to be 75% to football.
No.
You can divide it up any way you want.
Right away, I'm thinking too. The other way, it's like, okay, what's the first thing you do? How do you get around something? Well, on the NIL, you have to report anything below $600. You don't have to report.
Above 600,
you do at that. So so you could sign somebody up for every day for $599 to do a post for you on something on social media, and then get $599. You don't have to say a word. You have to say a word, and they say, "Look at that. What's that add up to be?" After a while, it's like, "Oh yeah, we end up giving them." We gave
an odd way to do it,
but you can do it.
Yeah,
no,
600 a day is not bad.
No, that's not bad.
But that's not going to add up fast.
That would add up. This start doing the numbers.
Really,
it adds up pretty fast because that's only what you have. That you have to report that.
Right.
You can have a reported one also.
No, I got you.
So you have a reported
Okay,
one, then you have an unreported one. So think about that.
600 a day.
Also, they talked about today that this new whatever clearinghouse / whatever. It's like you have to report all your stuff. They said by today. By today, you got to report it like that. And there was a conversation where someone interviewed a bunch of players. Have you turned your stuff into the what was it called?
NIL Go.
Have you turned it? They're like going. Most of like they interviewed 10 people. They're like, I don't even know what you're talking about. So they're going to be how about this new committee they put together to sheriff this whole thing?
The commission.
Imagine
college commission.
Imagine that some guy from MLB. Not saying he's not worthy.
Ryan,
just saying trying to put this together. Trying to put it together.
I mean, hopefully he's.
But the breakup of the money is just, and then also remember this: there's a lot of places that can't even spend the $20 million.
Right?
They don't have it. It's
really flawed.
And so there's just so many different fun things with it. And Jake doesn't have a dog, and he thought that Eric Carmen.
I'm getting some defense in Eric Carmen. Saying more famous than Estrada and the other ones you mentioned.
Estrada.
Yeah.
From
Hold
Chips.
on.
Stop it. Give me names. Give me names.
Eric Carmen is more famous than Eric Estrada. Not on this planet.
That's the most insane thing I've ever heard in the history of the world.
Okay, maybe then the Hayden ones go that one. You said Eric Hayden.
I don't know. Hayden,
the speed skater.
Someone says the late. He passed away last year, by the way. Have some respect for the dead, okay?
Yeah. I do have respect.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Jake,
the late Eric Carmen was quite popular in his time, way more popular than Eric Hayden was.
I don't believe that. Eric Hayden.
All by myself, Hungry Eyes, and Make Me Lose Control with his songs.
Oh, Make Me Lose Control, a huge chart.
Huge hit. Yeah, I couldn't get enough of
all
it.
by myself.
I couldn't get enough of it.
Yeah.
I think he helped. I think he was with Chicago in one of those songs.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, Jake.
Yeah, Jake. I want the name who said Eric Estrada.
I'll give you that person when we come back.
The name.
We have a problem.
We have a problem.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Presented by Nevco on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Raising Cane's is the only fuel I need. Their chicken fingers always fill my tank. So when I'm running on fumes, I always refuel at Raising Cane's. But turns out, not everything's fueled by Cane's. Guess the old girl prefers her sauce unleaded. One love.
Be at the 32nd Annual Testicle Festival for live music and, of course, balls. It's at Round the Bend Steakhouse in Ashland, June 14th from 11 to 10. Take I-80 exit 426, roundthebendsteakhouse.com.
Father's Day is coming soon, and you know what that means. Backyard parties and lots of grilling. You know what's more embarrassing than an overcooked piece of meat? A dirty, disgusting, and grimy grill. Let the pros at Husker Grill Cleaning keep you ready all grilling season. They'll take your grill apart piece by piece, scrub every inch, and reassemble it so your grill can look and perform its best. Visit their website, huskergrillcleaning.com today to schedule your appointment. Husker Grill Cleaning, serving Lincoln, Omaha, Malcolm, and more.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and hot with an afternoon high near 95. Tonight, mainly clear skies and a continued breeze, low around 67. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and hot again with a high near 90. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fleck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
I tried to hide my cigarette smoking. Then I was rushed into emergency surgery to repair the damage smoking did to my heart. It shocked everyone because they thought I was healthy. Yet because I smoked, I had a severe heart condition that nearly killed me. My tip is, you may be able to hide your smoking from the world, but you can't hide from the damage smoking does to your body.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Gannett Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gannett Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gannett Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GannettTrucking.com.
Hey, it's Adam Carricker. Join me this Wednesday, June 11th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. for the Adam Carricker Show live at Sweezo Construction to celebrate their ribbon cutting and open house and celebrating 40 years of excellence with a remodeled facility. That's Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Sweezo Construction, 3700 South 6th Street.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
We're on the air.
to more of Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A lot of people curious in the text line, Bill. What lights did you have on the house last night?
Were they really?
Oh, yeah. A lot of questions.
A lot of curiosity
lot of
going on the text
The
line.
lights on Bill's house. What colors do you have?
The things
Halo
that
lights.
interest people never cease to amaze me.
They're
Never
curious.
cease to amaze me.
What color lights did Bill have?
Yeah.
They want to know.
Did you even know?
I do like that. We're very Christmas again. We're very
Nice.
basic again. But
Really?
I will say this: there'll be a change tonight. There'll be me and Laura have discussed that. We're going to look into something completely different tonight. So we're very excited about that.
Laura.
And so yes, I know that there's a lot of great things that happen in my life, but what I like is when you're from distance and I see the lights on.
Driving home.
If I'm driving home or walking,
I see the house.
Sugar, and you see the house right away, it's like, oh man, that's incredible. It stands out. It jumps.
It does.
Yeah.
And what are these lights
Pops.
called?
These are called Halo Custom Lights. The website, halocustomlighting.com.
Jake, if Elizabeth was home with Scotland and it was you're down here at the station late at night, could you change those lights from your phone?
Absolutely could.
So she
And I
calls
have.
up and says yes, and you have.
And I have.
Yes.
Are you and Elizabeth doing okay?
We're doing just fine.
Okay, this because you know why? Halo lights.
Yeah,
they were
brings
they
us
were,
together.
They were in a pickle for a while. Then all of a sudden, the Halo lights came up, and all of a sudden, harmony in the household. Harmony in the household.
Got some news.
And then all of a sudden,
Big Bird in Columbus, not Bird, but his dad says our Halo lights are getting installed on the 17th. They're getting them. That's 6 days from now. Let's go, Big Bird in Columbus.
That's almost
We're
breaking
expanding
news.
to
It's almost
Columbus.
breaking news.
Wow, we
It's
don't
almost-
have to do it, but it's close.
It's close like that. Anyone else that gets those installed, we need to know
we
about
need to
that.
know.
Carson Schott, are you getting these?
Come on,
Let us
Carson.
know, Carson. You run 1890, it's going to have a chance to stand out.
And you've had that issue
Yeah.
with the marriage. So,
Yeah.
I mean, the lights can help.
Can help a lot. The thing we're trying to figure out a little
I'm
bit.
so sorry.
Jake, can you do that? Can
Yeah.
you do the situation where you can do like the corners? Because you can do different lights on just the corners.
Yes.
And then you can do every other one.
I haven't done that
What
yet.
do you mean by that?
So you have different turns on your house, and your
Yeah.
lights are there, and you can you can do all blue, then these lights on the corner are red or different. So you can actually program every single light on your house.
It's a lot of work.
To a
I
different color. Be a lot of
haven't
work,
done that.
but you could do every single light
If you ever
different
get
on your
bored, you
house.
can do that. But
That's what it does. That's how it
Yes.
changes your life, Steve.
Halo
Well, I could use some of
customlighting.com.
Eric Estrada.
By the way, if you're tuning in, we did have Matt Rule have a surprise visit in the 7 o'clock hour. And
Can
I'm
they go
completely
back and
surprised.
listen to that?
They can on the podcast page and not
The
Spotify.
pod.
Not Spotify. Anywhere besides Spotify, of course, because we
Won't
are
be on
banned from
Spotify.
Spotify.
Yeah, thanks to Matt Rule.
But you can rewatch it on YouTube also, the broadcast. or
Big
the
thank
Twitter.
you. Big thank you to Matt Rule for popping in. I mean, he just was getting a coffee at the mill.
Yeah, stopped in and had a lot of insight for us too.
You asked good questions. Bill, it's really interesting, your evolution, because you're sort of evolving into this journalist role.
I'm not a journalist at all. I have no skill set. Those questions are easy because they're football questions.
Well, and you've been
in the
very
world.
interested in the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, you have.
All
He
that
has.
stuff.
You've nailed the collective bargaining
Yep.
piece.
Yeah.
When you first started talking about it, I was a little skeptical. Then I started reading. I was like, okay, Bill's got this. But yeah, your questions to him now this is getting really embarrassing because I used to just take stuff from you and use it for columns. And now I'm taking your questions to Matt Rule and using it for columns. It's great.
I like it better when you have to give a speech like in Beatrice on a Wednesday and you're like, hey, thank you. Killed it.
Got all the intel from Bill.
Got this. Killed
It
it.
happens a lot.
Now,
I'm
as
not
you
gonna
might
lie.
assume, again, I told you, a lot of people have already listened to the replay of
And
that interview.
What's the reaction?
I'm seeing Gator on the text line says,
Gator.
tell Sip he's getting lightly roasted on the scrolls for Rule's comment on his McDonald's versus the Bill coffee situation.
Why am I getting lightly
Well,
roasted?
again, our situation is
We handle it pretty well. I
The
think.
mill is not open until 7. We are
Yes.
on the air at 6, and we need coffee before that. And we love the mill. We drink the
Yeah.
mill coffee once they're open.
So I have
We
right
sure
now.
do.
This
We
is
sure
Matt.
do.
We all have, yeah.
We eat their rolls.
Absolutely,
Yes.
we do.
We eat the
It's
rolls.
not a battle. It's just the fact of McDonald's is open for you when
Yes.
you get here, and the mill when they open at 7, we love to drink their coffee.
Are you sure
There's
they're
no
not talking
argu-
about lightly roasted coffee? Because that's what I have.
You need the light roast.
I don't think getting lightly roasted for your. He called you out. for having McDonald's
He
coffee.
did. He drinks the milk coffee.
He does.
Drinks the milk coffee and has dogs, which Jake doesn't. Sean
He's
doesn't.
got 3 big dogs.
Yep.
Which-
Or maybe two.
Which Sean
big,
can sometimes see him
one
out at
small.
midnight with his dogs in
In the
downtown
alley.
Lincoln.
Rule said, I'm a person.
I'm a person.
I have things like you do.
Watches TV, he said. Also, if anybody wonders, does Matt Rule watch TV? He does. I don't know how much, because like I said, there's not much going on. In June, you're pretty booked up. You know, the other thing that didn't come up in his preparation, in his conversation, which I wish I would have added on and asking, was so he goes through camps, right? Goes through the new legislation, all the things going on. And then you have all your own team that's going on, then recruiting that's going on. That takes nothing with this one, which was so insane. Your season prep. So any seconds you have that's free, you're meeting as a staff.
Right.
You think he's not getting ready for play Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Think they're not watching film of what's going on?
It's over.
Okay.
That's over.
That's, I mean,
it's overload.
When we've
almost.
come in from camp, whatever it was, it'd be like, okay, in LSU, it'd be like, okay, from 11 to 1, we're watching, we're watching whoever the opening game / and then all the SEC games. And then like the 1 year, like I said, we opened up with Georgia Southern straight triple option wishbone. How much time do you think we spent on that conversation? A lot. I mean, because you could get embarrassed really bad. And so don't forget that's going on also. They have to get ready to go. Do you think they can't be ready to go against Cincinnati?
Thank you for adding that.
You got to be ready to go.
That's a part of the column.
So there's another part of the column that's going on right now.
Column, or I think maybe
it keeps going.
No, that's a good point, Bill. I mean, all of that stuff is happening in June, and then you want your guys to take some time off in July. Was there ever a point, or was there ever a thought in your head, I can't really take time off right now?
Well, you're never away from your phone for the recruiting, but you do I know this whenever we got that, when I was like, you're off. That first 2 days was usually a complete shutdown, and it wasn't like, okay, I'm heading out right now. I'm on a flight tomorrow to go Canada fishing. First 2.5 days, not sure if I did. You just slept. So you did. You just slept. You just got home, and you would be like, I just slept in. I took a nap. I went for a run. I did something. That's it. The first 2 days is just trying to recalibrate, just to see if I can just get caught up enough. Because you literally, if you're in the coaching world right now, the tops that you get is 4 hours asleep.
Well,
that's
you
all
heard
you
his voice. You heard sleep. Yeah. I honestly wondered when he sat down. It did occur to me that I don't even know if he wants to talk, because his voice is really raspy. I mean, I just don't. But he
you have to use
over to the door.
You have to use your outdoor voice all the time.
Right.
You have to use your outdoor voice all the time. You don't talk to when you're talking during camp or this time. Now he's got recruits in this last weekend from wherever. So him and his parents, he's not in his office going, it's not that. Really hope you guys had a good trip. Right. He's talking normal voice. But when you're outside in front of in the camp and talking to the camp, or you're coaching a little bit like that, and everyone coaches a little bit. I mean, like you said, and he did nail one thing really well, which is true, is that, man, every place that I worked, it would be just so intense how organized camp had to be. Right. If you had a real dude as a head coach, it was like, there was no like, oh, it's cool, right? It's kind of got to get through it. Oh no.
Jake,
It had to be so organized.
Come over to the camp.
I see what it's like.
Hold me to that.
Hey,
it's very structured and intense.
And you had your drills and different things. Yeah. Ed Ogeron walked around, and then he would jump in your drills and coach with you. As and guess what? You better have him going.
Yep, right.
If you walk around in lines.
Rule is timing 40s. He's got to stop watching his hand. Bill, what? Do you have to leave?
Bill has to depart.
I got to depart.
Okay.
We're not going to ask any questions. Just thank you for your...
I have a speaking engagement.
Okay.
We'll see you tomorrow.
I'm not like going to the mall.
I'm going to go get my exercise in. The spillover is next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Presented by Nebco on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive.
Hey, it's Adam Carricker. Join me this Wednesday, June 11th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. for the Adam Carricker Show live at Suizo Construction to celebrate their ribbon cutting and open house and celebrating 40 years of excellence with a remodeled facility. That's Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Suizo Construction, 3700 South 6th Street.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
Father's Day is coming soon, and you know what that means. Backyard parties and lots of grilling. You know what's more embarrassing than an overcooked piece of meat? A dirty, disgusting, and grimy grill. Let the pros at Husker Grill Cleaning keep you ready all grilling season. They'll take your grill apart piece by piece, scrub every inch, and reassemble it so your grill can look and perform its best. Visit their website, huskergrillcleaning.com today to schedule your appointment. Husker Grill Cleaning, serving Lincoln, Omaha, Malcolm, and more.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in June. Try their brand new S'mores cold brew with graham cracker cold foam. Also try a s'mores croissant and add cake batter cream cheese to any bagel. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
We're on the air. Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
To more of Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the spillover, sponsored by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One Love. What a show it's been today.
Warren Zevon,
Yes.
famous. Eric Carmen, not.
Warren Zevon and Eric Carmen on the same level. I would say Warren is definitely more popular, but Eric Carmen is in a similar ballpark.
There is the German walking down the street. Do you see him?
Yeah.
David Hufkin.
That's Hufkin?
Hufkin.
Let's see if I can get on the camera.
David
Nope,
Hufkin.
Can't get him out there. It's Hufkin.
Now, what do you think about that? What's that look like to you?
Big fella.
He's a big man. That is David Hufkin. We are downtown at 11th and O.
So that means today we've seen David Hufkin downtown. Matt Rule stopped in to get a coffee and then came on the air for 15 minutes with us as well. If you missed that, it's on the podcast page or the rebroadcast of the show on YouTube.
Working downtown, DP,
You see some things.
Rebecca positioned us downtown. Yeah, you see, it's fascinating. We're just looking out of a big window on O Street, and you see not odd. Well, you see odd things. Then you see things that are very interesting, like David Hufkin.
And oftentimes we see John Butler walk right in front of the, from where he's living. He walks prior to the stadium, walks right in front of us. Nebraska's defensive coordinator. So we see some things here.
We do.
It is fun. Tonight, we've got NBA Finals Game 3 in Indiana, 1-1, the series. Pacers, once again, win Game 1. They trailed the entire game except with 0.3 seconds to go when Halliburton hit the big shot to win the game. Do the Pacers go up 2-1, or do the Thunder reclaim the advantage in the series?
I like the Pacers.
I do too.
To win at home. I don't know that the home court advantage is profound in these playoffs. I think you'd find that in a lot of instances it hasn't meant much at all. But
which is weird, by the way.
Kind of weird.
So I think because the fans, it's not like you're seeing half empty arenas. You're seeing the arenas are full for these games, as they should be.
Yes, I don't think we've gave enough voice to the fact that how many people, pundits, fans, casual fans, ardent fans, had Indiana in the finals to start the season, or how about at midseason?
Nobody probably before the playoffs had that either. When the playoffs
Even
began,
the playoffs,
people say, "Hey, I'm picking the Pacers."
No, I don't know what that says about us as sports fans, sports media. What does it say about us when we look at the Pacers and say, "Oh yeah, they're damn good. We think they're going to win. That we think they're going to go up 2-1 in the final."
You know what it is? It's the fact that we can still be surprised as sports fans. Not everything is scripted.
Right.
Hey, I wonder how this is going to go. No.
It's that
you might have thought that, hey, Luka going to LA, they're going to make the finals. No, they were out in the first round.
Out in the first round. It's a little bit of that, but the only thing I'd say as a counter to that is when you look at the Indiana's talent, why would you overlook? How did they get overlooked so much when you talk about Siakam and Nembhard?
Why? Because you don't think of Nembhard and Siakam. Those aren't the typical stars. They're
How about
really,
Miles Turner?
Again, not a guy that usually is going to. You don't know who that is if he's walking down the street. Maybe you do.
No, I don't.
If any of those guys, even Halliburton, if he's walking down the street, do I know who he is?
You might know how. You might know how.
Maybe they're not.
But you don't know much. You don't know Naismith.
It's
right?
It's a really good team that doesn't have Halliburton is their best player, but he's not a superstar.
He's close to superstar.
He's not a superstar.
No.
He's hit some remarkable shots. He's clutch, but he's not a superstar.
Okay, I wonder what's the text line saying? Is he a superstar? Is Halliburton a superstar? Is Warren Zevon more famous than Eric Carmen?
Text line, you can help us out, or tweet at us as well. We can answer that. That's it for us. The drive is next. We will see you guys tomorrow.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen.